Dire team remaining. TNC Predators turn to ban. Dire team ban.
They have not been able to touch many towers,
10
but
seconds
still something you need to be
remaining.
wary of. Also, IO, something you need to be wary of, as well as Puck.
5
Yeah.
seconds
Yeah, you have
remaining.
to. Actually, it's very interesting that TNC are the ones that ban out Puck. How much they love playing that hero.
Crawling through their Dota buff and what heroes that they're available that Puck.
TNC Predators turn to ban.
Definitely.
Dire team pick.
What about Beastmaster?
I'm
How do you feel?
seeing the previous series, really not convinced by the Beastmaster anymore. I feel like the hero
TNC
damage
Predators
output.
turn.
This guy, however, that D1 just picked up, I'm all in. I just love Centaur. I love Centaur openings. There aren't many
TNC
heroes that count
Predators
them so
turn.
far. Mars maybe, they go with the Bristle. And so far team been very reluctant picking Lifestealer in the first stage versus the Centaur because you can beat by that Razor instantly after or similar Morphling perhaps. And then Lifestealer gets banned out, like 99%
10 seconds remaining.
banning it out in the second
They see a
stage.
different approach. A lot of
5
things.
seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Lion. That, comfort hero. First and triples a lot of the heroes. No one, like if you ask carry player what they play against, Shaman.
They should also check
10
Vintage
seconds
Savage's
remaining.
internet connection a little bit because the camera isn't really handling it that well.
5
Have to be
seconds
careful
remaining.
that he's playing on as minimal of a
He's
ping
using
as
like
possible.
90% of the Dota game.
Dude, if he's
10%
playing Morphling, you can't get away with 90%. You need 100%.
100.
And that's 23 Savage's go-to hero these days. Though maybe they need to change it up because those drafts haven't been working out for them.
Dire team ban.
We'll see what they go over here with message 4 or 5. They go with
Whoa.
Shadow Demon.
Good laning partner with the star. This
Gets a break if you want.
if you find a fillet, a Shadow Demon will get her Shadow Demon.
10 seconds remaining.
On the illusion.
Illusions level
Yeah.
1 on
5 seconds remaining.
And the poison cannot be dispelled.
yeah,
Which is
that was from the. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
When you said it, I'm like,
you thought
I-
it was a
I thought it was something that
mistake.
got added. I definitely did not read it.
Yeah, because Shadow Demon back in the day had this dance with Oracle in which Oracle counters you early on, can get rid of the poison, but then later on you're really strong because you can't heal in the false promise because of the Shadow Demon. Right now, Shadow Demon is just objectively better.
Dire
Yeah, it's
turn
so much
ban.
better. And like Lacoste said, historically really good with the HP you can set up for that nuke. The stun into double edge is just
It's a hero that scales. More HP you have, the more. Like I love these.
10 seconds remaining.
Get as well.
Grimstroke with the Aghanims,
Yeah,
Shadow Demon,
seconds
and Shadow Demon
remaining.
has been always the tank destroyer because no matter how tanky you are, I'm going to use my
You're half as
catcher.
tanky
You're
as well.
half as tanky.
One combo that I
TNC Predators turn to ban.
throw or lower the HP.
Dire team
Yeah,
ban.
just that.
Yeah, just like dead Reaper side gone.
Another hero that
And they
there you
banned
go,
it, they
there you go.
banned it.
Good call. Actually, yep, pretty solid, I guess, versus Brazil as well. But another combo now that we're talking about Shadow Demon, a hero that's been buffed up quite a bit. Shadow
10
Demon.
seconds
It's a
remaining.
bit of an older combo, but
I thought you were going to say
okay,
5
Luna is also
seconds
pretty
remaining.
solid. Or playing
Sure.
into a Luna is solid.
Yeah,
but
because TNC is one of the few teams that Luna. So with Shadow Demon, Luna does not. But I think I remember one time that Nima picked
Last pick Luna into Shadow and just lost.
Demon and they lost because of
I
it.
think
It's
it was
just stuck
Milan
in my
Shadow
mind.
Demon or someone like that.
Possibly.
Yeah, I remember that game. Shadow Demon just loves playing. Mars banned out earlier versus Centaur. It's really good. They're Mirana, okay, interesting. That's not the hero that I valued that much.
Yeah, I think it's like a 10's comfort
TNC
kind of thing.
Predators
They need the
turn to
white
ban.
I could share with him in
TNC Predators turn to pick.
Maybe Brewmaster
Yeah,
that can
something.
ignite people.
Yeah. Those ignites are actually pretty good
Dire
with the
team
hero
pick.
that they have.
Enchantress.
Enchantress.
TNC
You can take over
Predators
teams.
turn.
Elder Titan.
They decided to go with the E5.
Probably
They
won't
also-
lane into Enchantress.
Into Enchantress?
I probably won't lane into her. That's the
So then is it so Enchantress 5?
yeah, Enchantress 5. You can still switch it up. You can send Enchantress versus DT, and then he
10
can never have
seconds
that
remaining.
damage.
Yeah.
But you can also never have that creep, because if you do get that
5
creep, he will
seconds
get
remaining.
that damage, because there's a cooldown on the
Lion
attack.
is okay. That then he goes in, gets
Exactly.
hexed.
Dire team.
I play a
pick.
lot of it as well.
What's your way?
Exactly what he said. It's you like playing into these heroes that want to fight but have no real stuns or maneuverability. But
I'm learning some fancy word here, huh?
Maneuverability. Yeah, can you spell maneuverability?
don't try
10
me.
seconds
M A
remaining.
N E U V E R A B I L I T
5
Y.
seconds
think you're right.
remaining.
I think.
That was about
Oh, of course. Words right.
Oh, well, it's bad. It would take me a year, but I'd get there eventually.
And now they have to deal with both. Tango's got the maneuverability.
Dire team back.
Maneuverability.
And
I don't know
it's
why I struggled. Like, sometimes English.
too many syllables.
Okay, Terrorblade. Haven't seen him in
It's also
ages.
TB into Lion into Enchantress.
Yeah,
Like, you're not
but
gonna have illusions.
You're
like,
never gonna have illusion. They're gonna get
illusions are gonna
stolen or
die.
drained.
I guess they
But-
picked it versus Bristle, right?
But
Shadow
10
Demon.
seconds remaining.
2 more illusions.
sure.
You can't kill them all
5 seconds
until
remaining.
you have that mana drain on everything.
Yeah, I get the shard, and I mean, finger burst damage versus TV.
With
This is a
no-
weird
like,
pick.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there is a save coming up Shadow Demon, but it's not that, Oracle type of save
No.
where you
TNC Predators turn to ban.
As well versus him.
Leshrac,
Versus
maybe.
DD, Lash as well. Ember, an option that would main. But I think the main go for Skadi, which is
10 seconds
back you're
remaining.
very high in armor. Problem is, this very high in armor, that's usually
5 seconds
handy when the
remaining.
laning pick. This'll, I don't think he's off lane.
Nope.
It's the
It's
Fango,
one
right?
position, I think.
It's the Fango off lane, one, or mid.
I'd maybe prefer if they put Crystal back and still have Carry
Carry?
matchup.
Yeah.
TNC Predators
Maybe
turn
that,
to ban.
that safe lane Bristol
Dire team pick.
thought and wait for Shadow Demon Star onslaught. The laners are banned out by T1.
TNC Predators turn.
Dragon Knight.
Dragonite. Very solid draftsman, very
Yeah.
sturdy, bulky
Yeah, it
boys.
looks good. You see this draft, maybe you don't think too much about the lane. Let's say 15 minutes, 20 minutes in, this draft looks good.
They have like 20 centimeters on every hero of
10
TNC
seconds
in
remaining.
height, if not.
5 seconds
And they have
remaining.
at 20 kilos,
And
maybe even
20
more.
kilos,
Yeah,
yeah.
these heroes look skinny. Bristleback's supposed to be tanky, but
Yeah, it's the spikes only, that's it.
He needs that warpath. TNC may be looking for a mid laner, according to T1's bans. They do, and they're looking to lane against a DK mid. Could send a Pango. I feel like Pango would do pretty well, although I just never see Pang mid these
Yeah,
days.
just trade, right? You trade versus Dragonite. That
you
lane.
can't kill him.
There's a Storm still in the pool that's amazing versus Terrorblade. Good versus DK
Yeah.
in the lane.
In other regions, like you also have backlines. Bangalore alone is not.
I really feel like Storm is a good idea. Storm or Ember might be a little bit... He builds into a vessel, which is nice. And he can itemize versus backline. I think that they do need Storm, Spirit, playmaking-ish laner.
Who can also deal magic damage.
Exactly.
They need magic. What about Zeus? They don't have I mean, with, but then you do Radis with.
I think Dragonite with this back lane as well.
Problem is, once they get BKBs, Terrorblade gets one item, KB plus Gotti. How do you kill this?
Yeah, but how does he deal damage? You're gonna kill all of his illusions.
I really feel Storm is perfect as not a lot of catch, not any catch besides the Dragonite, right?
Yeah.
Stun, which is nice, but you can play against that as a...
Either that or I think your Pugna suggestion was also good. I think push would be valuable.
Beastmaster.
Choose your
Okay,
hero.
last
Sure.
pick Beastmaster. I'm not completely sold on this.
I'm not sold either way.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's bad, I don't know if it's good. It lost last game, but
Magical damage.
it's magic damage.
I expected something. First type of damage. Like, they have line. They have.
Yeah, I like that you added
reasons?
Other reasons, yeah. That fits my bill. No. That fits my reasoning why I'm going TNC. So, yeah.
I'm being pressured here, so I'm gonna go with TNC. Well,
Pressure.
high production. No, that was had nothing to do with you guys or him.
Prepare for
All
battle.
right, I'll do it. I'll do it.
All right.
I'll do it.
You'll do it?
You can go. When I come back,
No, you said you got it.
I need a co-partner. Hello.
You should have thought about that before you
Come
said
back
you got
in.
it. All right.
Well, I'm leaving too.
The worms.
I'm back.
All right.
All right, I've got it.
Okay, me too.
Transition. Star White.
Start way. So the thing is, I chose TNC for other reasons.
Other reasons. And
Yeah.
what were those other reasons?
Well, I think Tsunami, summarized it pretty well.
Right.
Disappointment,
Trust
trust issues.
in the chat. Do you have chat on again? Or do you have it off?
Oh, let me
Yeah.
see. Oh, it's still under friendly players.
All right, you can come here if you want.
Well, oh
to.
no, actually I have it.
You fought and died with honor.
Yeah, so my prediction, TNC.
You can revert still.
No. They gave me a second chance in production. I'm going to go with TNC. I'm holding true.
I put peer pressure into TNC. Not by you guys, but by production. We're like, prediction, fast, now. I'm like, okay, sorry.
Oh, they don't talk to you.
Nah, they would never. They're very friendly up there in production. Realistically though, if the team names were hidden,
Right.
I would have gone for the dire draft.
You think so?
Yeah. Like Terrorblade into
30 seconds.
all of the
to
heroes
battle.
is amazing.
Just what I've been waiting for.
TB's gonna have a stinker of a game. Stonker of a game. Hopefully. Because he has all the good tools he needs. He's gonna have a decent lane. With the Elder Titan protecting him. The +4 Hinge actually. And a +5 Lion.
The battle begins.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good. I'm sticking with my guns.
If you get the okay from production,
Let's see how Beastmaster really is. Amel played a really good Beastmaster. See how good he is. Last game he lost. He looked decent. Not great. Not weak. Yeah. Let's see.
the Shadow Demon's going to be very important. Zephyr, he needs to be there. I'm talking like mid-game when you've got one dagger on the Pangolier, comes in with a Rolling Thunder, aims for a 23 to put him up into the air. Zephyr's going to have a lot on his shoulders.
Yeah, I like TB also in this game because he has a good save with the Shadow Demon, of course. It's not going to be easy to kill him. He has a lot of good Thunder targets. They do have tools to lock him down and kill him. It's not going to be easy at all.
Now up again. Carl.
Yep, it's about as boring as a lane as it possibly could be. They're both just going to be farming. No kill threat on the other whatsoever.
Quick pause coming out.
20 seconds.
You think so? 19.
The worms will have you.
With those disconnects, maybe a bit
I
longer.
don't know. You already said 20. That's -1 on the prediction, King.
Well, you said 20. I said 19.
No, I said I was counting down from your 20.
I didn't even say 20. No. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He laughed at me. Well, being a laughing stock is something I'm very accustomed to.
Not always a bad thing.
Not always. Just most of the time.
Buddy.
How good is Bristleback become? Can Bristleback outcarry Terrorblade? And why is the answer no?
I think the answer could be yes, but I don't think 1v1. Like, you know, you gotta take in the team.
Oh, so you're the kind of guy that hides behind his teammates.
No,
Is
I don't hide behind my teammates.
Okay.
I show up with my...
Sure, you can make it sound however you want.
When they made Voltron, they weren't hiding behind their teams. They worked as them.
Of course.
Cool sprays. Viscous names will do time to stack. They've got the first spike from Boomy and should have first blood.
And his goo is so strong, number one. One
Matter of time.
Well,
And a right click.
easy.
Gabby's got himself.
And a soul ring now up to the boot as well. Top lane meta's been used. He has to be careful with the Elder Titan.
White Mop
Gone
going
also.
down.
Disarm proc. Oh, he gets it.
You can see how he disarmed the enchant to slow him up. The impetus shots feel so heavy.
This lane's putting in work.
And we've seen a lot of enchantresses kind of starting to skip the impetus. Or they'll go like 1-4-4.
Yeah, but it's...
I like the impetus deck.
I think it's mostly +5 enches that skill that way. But I'm with you. I'm a big fan of impetus, especially having a level 4 impetus very quick. You have no cooldown, you lay in the damage. Because this draft doesn't have the most damage, especially in the early game. Very limited until Bristol gets some items. Beastmaster gets the axe, so that impetus could really be helpful.
We can stay safe in this lane. Disarms are starting to become a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, especially once he's over 4, it's gonna be really annoying.
No disarm, no e-shot proc.
Though they actually didn't manage to block the camp properly. The setter is gonna cause quite a bit of problems. 23 already, down to his last tango.
Actually, I believe buys another stack of tango instead.
He definitely needs more regen here. And Chances is putting out too much damage. And he found a tomato now. He's running out on 20 though. You wanna go? You better go now.
You fought and died.
Got the Hellbear smash, but look at the disarm. They'll look to get the kill on a Whitemon. Who's giving it a shot, looking for the sweep. Just sweep up the Hellbear Smasher. Baka a little low. They use the mana. 23 might just die though. Wow. Whoa. That's... I would say that's worth it.
Yeah, there's a ton of damage coming out from the Eng, and her taken over creep. It's not a good death for TB. Exactly.
He's using that to farm. Yes, he gets a kill there, but it goes to Whitemon to start, and then it's the meta to farm.
Just overall not the greatest situation for the Terrorblade, but he should still be fine. He's gonna build up a Wraith Band or two, maybe treads fast, and then go back to the jungle. So either way, he's gonna be farming quite well. Elder Titan in trouble again, potentially. Swashbuckle on 2. 1.
Swashbuckle slaps with the impetus shot, and
dead again.
Kill. Wow, Tims is getting a lot out of this Enchantress. But going to the Nature's Attendants, I still want to see him put a lot of focus and attention. The impetus. Right quills, right clicks, and Zephyr gets the kill on a Gabby before he dies to Boomy.
Yep, still a worthwhile trade, and another pause. And another.
You fought and died with honor.
Yeah. And the Eng has more net worth than the Centaur currently. And she already has a medallion. So Eng is in a very, very comfortable position. And she has the big Harpy creep. There's gonna be a lot of lightnings coming out. They should kill this. No one is trying to help. Okay. Timed out. Eng could potentially even rotate middle once Beast level 6. Yeah.
That's just going to be so much damage. I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep the pressure on to this TV.
For sure, he's only level 4. Elder Titan trying to steal the rune and blocking the engine at the same time. Okay. But no stacks anyway, so... Joke's on you. We weren't even trying to make ancient stacks.
I believe the Radiant Observer probably...
They did. And TB dead again? Wow.
23 going down once again.
The creep came in from behind, stomped him, disarm proc, and put his damage. It's too much for him to handle.
Way too much.
That's his second death.
3 into the enchant.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower.
You want to add it for the massive amount of slow, the cooldown reduction. Creeps also get a lot stronger. Whitemon has to be careful here.
Radiant structure.
Carmel's sitting a little low, but I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. Pressured by one.
Eng is already level 5.
It's gonna be such a quick low.
Yeah.
Which means Tome goes to Boomy, and they'll have that burst damage with level 6, probably just making this Enchantress pretty unkillable early.
Yeah, we'll have to see how he itemizes, if he's gonna go into fast crest or into the hood.
Core build.
I mean, with this farm, he's still the same net worth as Centaur and TB, as of now at least. But yeah, T1's strength is really like in the mid-game portion of the game. When TB is somewhat farmed, they have the Dragon Knight initiation with the Blink Dagger, Centaur is really tanky in the front lines. The early game is not the strongest.
Yeah, the problem is though, they're getting pretty far behind. Oh god.
Don't want to be losing that one.
That got spotted, now the enchant. On to 23, they got the disarm.
Have to roll.
And they have the Rolling Thunder, they have an impetus shot coming in. Rolling Thunder hits once, he needs to try and turn himself around. They've got themselves the sweep. 23, I don't know if he gets out of this. They've got enchant just 6 seconds. They're looking for the save of the disruption. They'll get it. The Swashbuckle hits on a Zephyr. And Earthspike on the right time gets full. And 23 drops. Zephyr looking likely to fall too, but there's the Dragon Tail coming in from Carl. Bot on the run. Whitemon here. Tims, he would like to save him, but he can't. Boomy also died in 23. Ends up being a 2-for-1, but you do lose your Terrorblade, and you're not even going to get Tims.
At least you had to rotate a lot of heroes in, so it's not the worst for TNC, but those 2 kills...
and TB Courier.
Oh no, was there anything in there?
No, but he... I believe... I don't know where he was sending it. It looked like he was sending it to the secret shop.
It looked like just a misclick, really, because there's nothing
that he's going to be getting.
Yeah. Raw mid lane.
DK, the Elder Dragon form should be gone in just a second. They got the Swashbuckler coming through as well as the Air Spike. They'll hex it the Elder Tank, but they don't get the damage out on the Carl. Disruption, Whitemon might be able to set up the Stomp.
Is under attack.
Tim's caught, and he's already got himself the Nature's Attendant. So it's only level 1, but it does give him enough. So by here, they'll go after Zephyr, back around. There's the kill onto the Shadow.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're playing at a pace right now that T1 is not comfortable with at all. Like they're trying to respond, but they're always just a little bit slow and end up being outnumbered. Bristleback is pretty much free farming, pressuring the center by quite a lot, and his Beastmaster also has one net within a DK. Question is how strong is his new Aghanim's really? What it all comes down to. Yeah, decent, but not super game winning or anything like that.
Yeah, I think now it's a lot more susceptible to missing.
Yeah.
You'll get the next.
So yeah, we'll have to see how strong it actually really is, because they last picked it into a Terror Blade as their magic damage solution, so they obviously have quite a lot of faith in it. TB level 6 now, no point in Sunder though, so if he's in a bad spot he can die easily.
It's 2 levels behind the Bristle.
Yeah.
Doesn't land the sweep on a Tim. Medallion over on the Whitemon. Shadow Boost being thrown out, so they've left the Centaur by himself, which isn't much of a sweep.
I mean, Tim's is just there in the jungle, basically just giving vision on 3 heroes,
Yeah.
all by himself, and they just can't kill him.
And it's giving you a soul lane over the Pangolier.
So the question is, who do they kill? Bristol's a tough kill, Ench is a tough kill.
Tower is under attack.
They don't have the greatest
Dire's
tools right now.
structures are
DK is going straight into a blink.
Radiant
Probably will have
are
to wait for that
scanning.
until they can start making proper moves around the map. 3k behind already. Pre-10 minutes, not a good look.
Bristle already working with 20 health regen.
Balanced.
Target kills, people coming over. What he expects to get done.
Maybe just contest some of the neutral experience. Yeah. Beast is picking bottom actually. They're looking for a Centaur kill here. He has Stampede though, so he should not be dying here.
Force it out as I was gonna say, as Armel.
Nature attend us.
Disruption, Swashbuckler not gonna land, looking for the sleep. That won't hit.
And just so he's still playing around with the 3 heroes there.
top tower
He
is
just
under
never left the
attack.
spot there.
It's kind of disgusting how much info and how much he's gaining for his team by being there.
You fought and died.
So much now.
Oh, and Bristleback is even just
Dire's
running to the
top tower
enemy
has
ancients
been
and
denied.
stealing them. And they can't contest him. All TB can do is run away, get between his legs.
No sleep on the team. They do the disruption. They brought 3 heroes up here again. They've got the untouchable. There's the drag tail.
They should die this time.
And Nature's Attendant starting to heal. Pops the stick on the run. 2 stacks of the Shadow Poison.
Dire's middle tower
Just
is
enough
under attack.
Soul Catcher.
Dire's structures
Finally getting
are
punished.
fortified.
At what cost, really? At least they get a
Radiant
streak, which is worth 400 gold, quite a bit. But all 3 costs of the rating there, pretty much just free farming.
Maybe because it leaves Armel, who's only 900, really 800 gold away from grabbing his Ags. They're just farming so well. They're top of the net worth. They're in a great spot.
Go time isn't 200 gold for the DK. He's going Blink Digger first. That means he's not itemizing to scale. He's itemizing to fight. And you got to find a couple of good pickups early. Smoke up here by Radiant. Everyone but the Bristle. Looking for a raw initiation here.
Dire are scanning.
Hawk. Scout some information. Primal War, not even needed. Finger goes out. Boomy gets a stack.
Yep, just throw out the finger. There's always a very delicate balance between, should I keep the finger because it's already dead, or should I just build up the stacks? Like, when is the next opportunity I'll get? You can never really know the answer. So my philosophy is, throw it out. Every time.
Yeah, with the cooldown, it's difficult to know when your next moment's gonna come.
Dire's
Yeah,
bottom
it's so
tower
long.
is under
Wouldn't be
attack.
surprised if they reduce
Dire's
it at some
bottom
point.
tower has fallen.
Bristleback now finished the Vanguard, going to the face boots, it's pure tank. Armel, 150 for his axe.
Radiant's top tower is under
If they can
attack.
kill him now with his newly picked up Blink Dagger on the DK, that would be really good. This is the creep wave he needs. T1 is kind of just sitting back.
He's got it.
Dire's
He
middle
just
tower
revealed his
is under
link dagger to a
attack.
creep wave.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Okay. So that surprise element is gone.
Yeah. Speaking of the iron cooldown, would you be more okay if it was shorter
Dire's
earlier
middle
but
tower has
longer
fallen.
later? It being 40 level 3 if it was
No,
like
you can't take it away from me, sorry.
it's like 50 level 3 but 30 level.
120. I don't know. It's again a very delicate balance because it's so strong later on. But maybe early on it needs to be this weak.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now Beastmaster with the axe and see how much damage he can do.
And they've got Solar Curse coming out too.
Yeah, Tim's is also pretty massive for support.
He's farmed a lot. And you know what's surprising is how
TB
farmed Zephyr is.
is smoke into the TB. Oh, he didn't pop the smoke. Oh, he was on the edge.
Primal Roar. They got that to set up.
And another.
Hex for the spike, all ready to go. No chance he gets out of this one. They get the kill to 23 for what is now the 4th time.
And you can say what you want, it's still like a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower.
So how much is it actually now? It's 260, and it gets amplified by 24 per stack. And this is going to the road pit anyways.
It's still a great roasting.
It takes. Yeah. Okay. Still charge. Super fast.
Radiant's top tower
Super
is
fast.
under attack.
And ML takes it. Bristleback doesn't think he will be in danger of dying, and I agree with that. Hood face Vanguard. Even Raindrop is very survivable. Going into the Heaven's Halberd next. Now, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of that because you're kind of the carry
Radiant's
of your
bottom
team.
tower
You don't want
is
to be
under
going for these
attack.
utility items because no one else is going to be right-clicking. Give them an earlier timing.
That's for me.
Feel the bounty. They've got Carl in the trees waiting to get the blink
Dire's
as well as the
courier
Dragon Tail.
has
No,
been
he's going to blink away.
They kill the courier with the cool spray too. A little bit annoying, and they steal the ancients away from the TB as well. You're just not
Radiant's
really getting
bottom
much space on the
tower is under
TB.
attack.
2,000 behind both the Beastmaster and Bristle.
And there's 7k behind in total.
They need to make sure this TB somehow gets some space to farm. Like, they need this Skadi soon. Because otherwise they cannot deal with this Bristleback. Wow, so close. The Quill was about to hit him.
Dire's middle tower
His blink will
is
be
under
cancelled.
attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Steal these camps again. TB not with many places to farm, and I believe they spotted him going down towards bottom.
It just feels like they're roaming from triangle to jungle. Just make sure TB doesn't farm anywhere.
And on top of that, they're getting they're
Radiant's
farming a lot
bottom
with that
tower
movement.
is under attack.
Putting them up 7k. They're
Radiant's
continuing
bottom tower
to
has fallen.
shut down
Dire's
T1's
top tower
opportunity.
is under attack.
Very well organized Dota so far by TNC. That being said though, we said the real peak of T1 is in the mid game. The strongest timings are yet to come.
Right? So,
Dire's
you know, how late is it going to come down?
Radiant are
To this far
scared.
behind.
Dire's
I thought they were going to look,
is under
play a
attack.
little bit more aggressively with that blink they got pick up on the DK. So far, not a whole lot.
Expected to bounce off of that, but now he's going to go the other way around. Those bomb fire bouncing him up into the air once again. They've got the finger, and Boomy will get the kill. That's his second stack.
Yeah.
They're working with an Aegis, and they should
Dire's
be able
top
to take
tower is
Maybe
under
we'll
attack.
stick on it. We've also got that siege creep.
Easy to do.
Dire's top tower
Back here
has
on the
fallen.
Aegis. He's under vision.
The map is shrinking rapidly for T1.
Be surprised to see.
That's not the only thing that's shrinking for them, but
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them get. They need to find the right opportunity.
they do have Shadow Demon around this time to help them with an Ether Lens and a clean optic. So half range is good. They're smoking in from the long way though. SD. Oh, he might be out of position here.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
They just gave away the wall.
He's caught again. Very dead.
It was such good movement by TNC. All the way around. SD was actually intercepting to kind of stop the smoke, but they were already.
Yeah, they're already there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
SD took half health from one swashbuckle.
Yeah, Rolling Thunder.
Again.
Bouncing. And he's not going to find him.
It was so close. If only he went straight down. But
Yeah, I think he bounced off the tree. Not expecting to maybe bounce off that.
Yeah, this is the second time he bounced off something that I didn't even really can bounce off.
Well, the first one is that monument on top that I think everybody should.
The monument?
Yeah.
Rock the formation.
Stomper's Twitter all coming through.
How tanky are you?
Asleep. He's looking to stay alive the entire time, and he might just do so. How tanky are you? Very. Zephyr dead. They'll go for more.
More access.
Whitemon, he'll TP. No way to stop that. Gabby survives the entire onslaught.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They threw everything at him.
I did not think he would be that survivable. ET aura on top of him. When I say aura, it's only level 1.
A lot of these teams not electing to put more in the aura.
I'm a big aura fan. I don't know. Can't answer that for you.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They have a lot of setup this game with Centaur and Dragon Knight,
Dire's
so
middle tower has fallen.
I'm with you, man. I'm surprised they didn't put more points into the aura.
Radiant's
Just to amplify all the
top
magic
tower is
damage the
under
Shadow
attack.
Demon and Centaur are putting out as well. Tibido
Dire's
finally
bottom
managed
tower
to find
is
some
under
space to
attack.
farm a Sage at the very
Radiant's
least.
top tower is under attack.
Now Sinjira completed, status resistance online. Maybe we can get a good Sunder off with that and turn the fight around.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Because it's not looking easy for the TV in any way.
Oh, definitely not. But it wouldn't be fun if it was easy. That must be 23's mentality here, or T1's mentality as a whole, because the last couple of series that they played, they won one, sure, but didn't look pretty.
Radiant
Weak Dagger
are
now
scanning.
available for the Pangolier. That's going to make it even more difficult for this T1 side.
Yeah, I also like the Maelstrom I picked up, not only to scale more, but it's also very good against the Terrorblade illusions.
Radiant's top tower is under
Okay,
attack.
if TV gets up to Skadi, panic.
Radiant's top tower
They're in
has
a very good
fallen.
spot. But it's 10k all the way.
Yeah, it's 10k gold away,
is
and that's the same amount of time for TNC. So, yeah, maybe.
You also gotta realize though, this Bristerback is not itemizing to be like a hard right clicker. They're going pretty heavy onto the spell damage. Maelstrom, Beastmaster Axe. Now he's going to the Eternal Shroud as well. So this
nice.
TB will be very survivable.
Yeah. It'll be Tim's who does all the damage.
Does he have Max and Peters?
No, he only has a level 1, but look at him, he's taking damage. That's your carry right there.
I'm telling you, B-Cop. Skadi Satanic. He has a smoke on the Terrorblade actually.
Precious bounty.
Why not?
Because you should be farming.
True. Arcane Boots now also picked up for the Pangolier.
That means he's going to be going to Lotus up. Yep, that's that one queued up. And now a 4-man smoke. And the TP still is holding one. Very interesting. If you couldn't kill the Brister before, now he's Eternal Shroud. Good luck.
Yeah, I think if you see him, that's...
No, you have to ignore him.
They'll come all the way bottom. They might find bot. This is close enough to the tier 2 in the outpost, though, that could go severely wrong.
Blinked out. There was not a reaction. That was purely based on instinct.
Fought and died.
Wow.
But either way, it was spot on. Like, he was about to stun him. He actually did stun him. Like, he dodged the Dragon Tail with a blink. But there's no way there's reaction. That's like, no, I won't believe it.
Dire's
No one
turret
faster than me.
has been killed.
Well, not only in Dota, but...
TP. Over, and... Whitemon. Final War. They've got the Hex onto the Shadow Demon of Zephyr. Control. Good punch. Finger used again by Boomy. That's his 3rd stack.
That was a level 2 finger, so way less cooldown. I'm not sure why they were sticking around for so long. Only the 2 supports. No killing power.
Edge, Dragon Tail.
How tanky are you?
Double Edge. Can you right click this man? I can't.
Very tanky.
Run off.
Enchantress.
3 core heroes can't even kill the Edge.
Enchantress just breeding the strongest. She's ridiculously tough. Blink, Hook Stomp, Viscous Nasal Goo.
Has been good, but
Still on the run. This will push him all the way back. Swashbuckle for sure.
Nah, just make him, you know, a little bit scared. Make him feel the fear. 12 kill lead now. Map is shrinking. Arms around the neck are slowly squeezing.
Yes.
Maybe even faster than we think there, because the lead is growing rapidly.
And not off many kills.
No, purely off map control. They're not giving T1 any space to farm at all. How much gold do you need? Yes.
The answer is yes. Silver Edge next for the DK. We'll see if he gets to that.
Silver Edge to break the Bristol. Okay.
Tim's going into the Sun, getting that status resistance.
Silver Edge is very pricey too. It's a good 5K item or something like that. Very pricey.
The amount of information Tim's is getting this team is...
Yeah, it's insane. And I just started at like minute 10 already. He just stands in the jungle, sees 3 heroes the entire time.
And he's only level 10. He's only working with 1 untouchable.
But he has Glimmer Cape as well as the Magic Resi talent. Makes him very survivable against spells. And of course you can't right-click him.
And then so he just constantly hit on
And of course, top it all up. An Essence Ring. Why not?
Never die.
Not
Literally.
today. But the Silver Edge on DK potentially is going to be very strong. Can break the Enge, can break the Bristol. It's a good item.
Dire are scanning.
Okay. 5-man smoke. 4-man smoke. They don't know about Roche at all. They're smoking down to the Radiant jungle. That's a very big misread here from T1. Free Roche, free Shard, free everything. I don't know what they're thinking here, what they're reading into. And you can already see the map movement. They're like, ah, damn it. And now they walk towards the mid lane.
Shard picked up for the Bristle. Now he's got that hairball. We've already been dealing with enough heartache from this Bristle.
Yeah, he has a cheese as well. Aegis went to the beast again. And Pangolier is going in super Braveheart mode all by himself. Are they gonna get him?
Stampede, Rolling Thunder, blinking just a second. Went the wrong direction.
Good juke. Most people will go to the right. So it's like, yeah, that's the most probable decision. But nope. And Crystal is just, you ain't touching this guy until you get the Silver Edge and Skadi, which is 1,000 gold away. It's like the glimmer of hope. You know, you're stuck in a cave full of spiders.
Get run down here, Dragon Tail, but you know you can't kill this Bristle. You can only just lock him down long enough. They all blink in to lock him down.
He's hitting more than you're damaging him.
Yeah, now they're just on the run.
Radiant are scanning.
All right.
TNC, though, they gotta
What do they have?
start to go to the high ground, right?
I think they will start knocking on the high ground's door momentarily. They have a lot of long-range siege. They have Beastmaster with a region room, so he can throw access to his heart's content.
That's on the axis.
Yeah.
Can you give me a hairball?
Been practicing a long time. I spammed my mid bristle.
How loud is your keyboard when you play Bristle?
How loud?
Yeah.
Very loud.
So you gotta just be
Dire's
spamming the
bottom
Q.
tower is
Q and the
under
W.
attack.
QW, but I spam it like 4 times even while it's in cooldown. Like,
Yeah. He's not ready yet.
it's not ready yet. The hero that gave me carpal tunnel though was Tinker.
Yeah.
Dire's
There
bottom
was a tournament I had to play
tower is
Tinker
under
3
attack.
times in a row. My hands were actually on fire.
That was what people used to talk about when playing Tinker. I feel like the panel used to break it down and be like, how long can you last playing Tinker? Like, these games get late and you get tired.
Yeah, and then you make mistakes, like you blink in accidentally, or you don't blink out because like you're just getting tired
Dire's
mentally.
bottom
It's
tower
a thing.
has fallen.
But with Bristol, I think it's a little bit easier.
Radiant's turret has been killed.
You're gonna make sure you use your active abilities. And now they're knocking on the high ground. What's your defense? What can you do?
Thinking about going into the Rolling Thunder.
That's a lot of damage on the tower. Stun on the DK, but
Gabby's moving forward. They've got the rolling thunder towards the wing. It's going to hit on the car. Top of BKB. They've got the finger going out for the Zephyr. They're getting to come the Shadow Team to buys back immediately. 23 comes over with the meta. Put his attention on the tank for a second. Rolling Thunder still bouncing these heroes into the air. The Swashbuckle disarming Whitemon. The look over at Cuckoo. They've got this disruption to keep him alive.
Double kill.
Chasing. Meanwhile, Bach on the other side of the fight. He'll survive. Swashbuckle over again. He's up 23. They got the double kill. They get off Cuckoo. They'll get the kill to Zephyr. So Zephyr ball back once in this fight. Gabby eats the cheese. Back to full health, full mana. And they should be able to keep it going on the high ground.
He didn't even have to eat the cheese. Just did it for our semantics.
Hex 23 in trouble. Spike to follow it up. Wait from Carl. Into deep. They've also got the sleep on the Gabby, but it's just not enough damage. They're starting to take away the mana from Cuckoo. They've got Gabby moving forward. There's the Dragon Tail. Shoot crash right on top of the Centaur. Just all the way back into their base. And they will take this tier 3 buff.
And about 52 seconds already. Metamorphosis timed out. And they have nothing left in the tank. Like, what can you do?
Nothing.
Yeah, they actually just can't do anything. The long range barrage from the Beastmaster the entire time. Super tanky heroes in your face. Savage tried to kill the edge out of all heroes.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. It's not right clicking at all. And now he's back to fun.
Well, at least Shadow Demon is up in 5, but Bristol's BKB is already off cooldown, courtesy to the quickening charm. He has so much health regen, 36 health regen.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
20 armor with a solar crest. You ain't killing this guy.
This line has an Aeon Disc. He was going Ags to start, but he goes back into the Aeon Disc, and now he's got 500 gold towards the Ags.
That it, Pos 5 line is even thinking about Ags should give you a good perspective on how this game is going.
Yeah, and he was thinking about it before, but he wants to survive. He knows he offers a lot of lockdown.
It makes much more sense. Like, you're not the guy that needs to deal damage. Leaves that to the heroes that actually have to do it. And this was the Skadi reveal, pretty much, and it didn't amount to a whole lot.
Precious bounty.
Minus 30 seconds of the Primal Lord cooldown. That might be a TC.
If we go high ground very soon, it's gonna be problematic. Like, he's 1k gold away from the Silver Edge. Alright, so round 2, let's go.
Careful of Blink, no stop coming through. Sees enough damage on the Gabby. That's going to be enough. They've got the Earthquake coming through as well as the Solar Crest. That gets reflected. Thunder bouncing around from the block. Right clicks coming in. Enchantress that are starting to tick away at these heroes on T1. Tombs feels confident enough to be moving near the tier 4s. Blink, boom, stop, double edge, and then that right quick. Can't get onto this Enchantress. It just doesn't take damage.
Way too tanky.
Oh, Spike on the field. Trying to get the field in the second. They've got the finger to follow it up, but it's not enough damage. It's Stanky being used. The BKB coming around the horn. They look over at Armel. He might die here. Has his BKB popping. He's getting focused by Carl. He's for a moment. Whitemon wants the right click. 23 is the one who gets the kill. He's got over 73, but they lose the Shadow Demon as well as the Elder Titan. Still focusing to 23. That might not be the way to go about this. They got the wood on the Gabby, and 23 he's disarmed. 23 he's in trouble. 23 he is dead. Triple kill for Gabby. Who will for the Ultra, and he won't find it because Bach gets the kill. They're back in their base. Carl, he can only just watch as the rest of the team is dead, and TNC will ravage the base.
And Carl's getting the mass tips. He got a lot of tips against Boom already. Maybe Carl, you know, on the chopping board for a lot of teams here. Smack talking. But yeah, this game is done and dusted. There's absolutely nothing they can do. They're still staying in the game. Probably talking about what went wrong.
One more fight. Why not?
Kind of digesting the loss, you know.
But sometimes I think they want to get to the next game. Some teams, you let it digest and then you're on to the next one. You can let it go through, go until.
Exactly. Like, if you GG out right away, it could lead to a potential kill. But yeah, there's no way to win this game at this point unless they die Fountain, which TNC,
which even then,
maybe Bristol still get it up.
So there's the Megas, there's the massive 28,000 net worth lead.
Alright, so DK, last glimmer of hope, Silver Edge will be online for the next fight.
Matos picked up for Bach.
Maybe a surprise kill on the Bristol, somehow. Although he just picked up the Bloodstone. Yeah, this guy is not gonna die. We'll see if he puts in the Paladin Sword as well for additional life leech. spell lifesteal.
Great here.
It does.
For the Pango, we barely see this item. It's expensive. Better options.
It fell out of favor very quickly. Like when it was first released in the patch, a lot of people bought it, but it's kind of underwhelming for the price. Okay, whatever. But at this point, you know.
Airball.
Stop!
Thrown out. Rush up again.
And it's a 5-man smoke. DK already popped ulti. And by the time they reach the fight, it's going to be half duration already.
Yeah, and this Roshi's refresher shard.
More importantly, when they're all running, it's super obvious that they're coming.
Yeah, they're on their way. They're going in for Tim once again. Even gonna kill this Enchantress. Savage the break. It's all there with the Nature's Attendant. Tims will finally die. The BKB gets popped by Armel. They actually don't have Tims for 43 seconds. The Animal Assist from 23 is onto the high ground. It's over the Beastmaster, but now the Primal War. They're going to start the flank as well. So look how the finger comes out. He kills Kumu. Scooby blowing up the Centaur. Armel is done. He's got no buyback, but DK's in too deep. And trying to run focus through, so we're putting out a lot of Viscous Nasals. The base is dying. And the base is also dying. He has to TP back after the sweep hits from the Elder Titan, as they have lost one tier 4 and they are forced to glitch.
And still not GGing out. T1 very...
Oh, Carl just got 10-man tipped.
Again, yeah. This is the second time. Ha ha ha. I don't think he can be too happy with this.
And Gabby just in, takes the tier 4. They'll look over at 23. The throne is available to take. Lightmon looks for the sweep on these creeps. Trying to slow that down as much as he can. He's got the second health back in a second, but they got themselves the air spike. They look over 23. Looks like he won't be able to get any Sunder off as it's not available, and Gabby will run into base. Might even run into the throne. They'll finally call GG, and TNC will take game number 1.
They got demolished.
Yeah. You didn't have to change your prediction.
Yeah, I said I wouldn't, because I'm a man of my word. And
But you were scared. You were scared.
well, Tsunami and we gave you the reasoning why. Just trust issues. Like T1, ever since the major, they kind of just look a little bit defeated. Like their draft don't have the same confidence. Their playstyle doesn't have the same confidence, and they're all just kind of scrambly. They look pretty lost, to be honest.
Yeah, and this team can be super hot. Like, this is a good group of players. They're just not playing like they are or were in the last season.
TNC, though?
Yeah,
good stuff.
It's a big turnaround from what we saw from TNC in the first season. Game number 1 goes TNC's way, and to break it down further, we've got the path.
5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to ban. Dire team ban. TNC Predators turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. TNC Predators turn to pick. Dire team pick.
Bristleback!
Dire team TNC Predators.
Timbersaw!
TNC
Lion.
Dire team ban.
Have a Timber and Lion.
Bristleback, Snapfire.
10 seconds
If
remaining.
it's the off lane, if it's paired up together,
5
you know,
seconds remaining.
go. But the ton of minus armor, Lil Shredder, Bristleback Goo on level 2, we see kill, Lightstone, extra 2 armor, because Lightstone plus Lil Shredder, it's minus physical damage. Some other combos with the Snapfire, we've seen Slardar, we've seen Tidehunter, we've seen Pangolier, anything that has some extra minus armor, which is
Elder
always
Titan
gonna be
as
good.
well.
Yeah, and
seen Neo.
you have so much minus armor that you can take Roche much faster than the enemy team.
Honestly, I think even a Timbersaw would get murdered by this
he
Bristleback
does
Snapfire
he
lane.
does not have enough armor to survive
TNC
through.
Predators turn
Might
to
have
Dire
to
team
resort
ban.
to Timber chaining away and hoping
Yeah.
for the best, hoping that those stacks wear off.
Timber chain plus south competition.
Which you're
Or
going,
TP to the base, perhaps.
you're going into 2 strength heroes. Ideally, you want to be able to Whirling Death them, but
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a possibility for them.
And we'll see. These Timbersaw lanes
10
can be,
seconds
if he
remaining.
gets his levels fast enough,
TNC Predators turn to ban. Dire team ban.
get the kill, then suddenly you lost too many trend stacks.
Misleading. I like your choice of words. You can feel misled on
Yeah.
occasion. You're like, oh, I
You
can
know,
take
when-
this Timbersaw. He might be a problem.
It might be a problem, exactly. In that. Centaur banned out, Phoenix
10
banned out.
seconds
by
remaining.
One, meanwhile, TNC. Void Spirit is something that can turn that
5 seconds remaining.
Bristleback and
Bristle front.
mislead him from the path, make him a bristle front. Yeah, exactly. The Morphling possibly the best carry versus it.
He doesn't care in the laning stage, yeah, exactly. Now you get a sneak. Full mana might pressure you at all, especially during the laning stage, but they might not let each other. Still a very good ban. He's also a net body buyer, so
23 Savage comfort for sure as well.
As you can see that one, they're expecting. They're banning out the Centaur. They're really thinking off lane.
Lacoste, how'd you feel about seeing Beastmaster after game 2? Still not enough information?
It doesn't feel as
well,
pretty
obviously.
obvious. Yeah, but I don't think it's a top tier pick anymore.
Okay.
It's a strong hero, but I wouldn't.
First phase.
Yeah, I would still like prefer to have fire, like Solar Crest and Soul Shredder, duration and the mana cost. Like I still very
10
valuable.
seconds remaining.
Like
Oh, you're
Beastma-
saying like first phase material, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what
Five
I don't
seconds
value
remaining. TNC Predators turn.
Broken.
I agree as well. PL versus Bristleback. Okay, it can go both ways. It's solid for PL with the Diffusal. If you get rid of his mana, he can't really do much. But then again, you're a Bristle. If you name of the item that he had last game,
10
Eternal
seconds
Shroud.
Eternal
remaining.
Shroud, exactly. Get the Shroud, you're gonna have mana.
Honestly,
5
sometimes
seconds
it's
remaining.
in your benefit to run out of mana, because then PL with the Diffusal Blade is like, now I don't do any
Yeah, not
damage to
doing
you.
damage, yeah.
And now I'm just racking up quills.
Yeah, so the counter is the Phantom Lancer. You drain all your mana. Let's say you're playing Lashrak, you use the Pulse Nova before coming into a fight, and you're
Exactly.
like, what up, Phantom Lancer?
And then you just right click as a Lashrak.
Then
That
you
sounds like
activate Bloodstone for 1 HP.
it sounds like some amazing meta you guys are developing here.
So what's good against Phantom Lancer? Puck is banned out. If they need an off-laner, I wouldn't mind. They're from
Dire team pick.
mid lane that deals wall.
Whoa, Rubik.
Rubik
Versus
is good
Timber
against
is
him,
fun,
yeah.
yeah. Steal that, rolling that. Anything that you steal is pretty good. but
Steal
rolling
anything from
that-
Lion also.
Lion, exactly. Pretty solid pickup. We don't really see a lot of Rubik, and he's not the world's most
seconds
respected
remaining.
position 4 at the moment, but there is a place.
5
I was
seconds
stuck
remaining.
for a very long time. Yeah, you know, DH Rubik, like best
TNC
hero,
Rubik.
yeah, Rubik best
Turn.
hero in the doesn't feel as strong anymore.
TNC
Feels a bit
Predators
like,
turn.
yeah, you know, it's a Rubik. Talking about the last round,
Man,
you know, because he is a counter.
Dire team
he is,
back.
but he won Reddit really well. They went with
picked
the
Nexus
Knicks
Assassin,
earlier,
so-
and
No.
this is
It's a tough matchup. Last Strike does not allow to play into this hero. You could potentially get Shroud, which is a relatively counter to mana burn. You're gonna have some mana, but of course your
10 seconds remaining.
Carapace, BKB just feels really good playing this hero. I think
5
this
seconds
time around,
remaining.
except for B, maybe you can sneak Boots of Travel for Lash.
I just love T1's draft once again.
Predators
I
turn
love
to
the draft
ban.
so much because this next assassin answers 3 heroes of TNC. You have Carapace versus Mortimer's case versus
Yeah.
Bristleback to set things up versus Flash. It's such a good pick, but I'm still worried if they will be able to execute on the same level of TNC.
When Snapfire
10
was
seconds
introduced,
remaining.
figured out how to counter it. You don't even need to be with Nick. Just
5
walk
seconds
in with
remaining.
Carapace on. It's overtime damage. You're gonna stop that Mortimer.
It's so
Looks
annoying.
good. Yeah,
It's
looks
such an
good.
annoying
Yeah.
hero to play against. This Nyx Assassin is such a bug that messes with
It
you.
was such an annoying rock paper scissors because then Snapfire would always be insta-picked against Phoenix, and so there was like this Nyx, Snapfire, Phoenix trifecta that would happen in the first phase of all of them, and now they've kind of died out. But Nyx Assassin, like you said, Lizard, has a place against multiple heroes against TNC.
And his stocks are rising. We have seen Chinese region as
Yeah.
well picked quite often with that Aghanims build too, which would be alright here for T1 as well, but that would
Dire
be
team
Lion on
back.
5, which I don't like. This should be a 5 Nyx for Lion.
Nyx is okay as a 5. The levels, this hero, pretty much that's all he needs. His abilities are. No matter which one you're talking about, the Carapace is good. And if it's a 5 Nyx, I
10
prefer,
seconds remaining.
more point burn because a lot of value. And Lashrak against
5
Rubik,
seconds
even
remaining.
Bristleback. Raise.
You just don't need a lot on that hero. That's,
No,
you can play him on a 4, but it's like clockwork. You can play him on 4, you can play him on 5. Still will get the job done. Pop banned out, plus the Lina from TNC. That mid lane a little bit easier. Predict. One. We'll see. Possibly they need another offlaner dog.
Yeah, they banned that Legion.
Darkseer,
Like,
Centaur.
like it's a lot of value would come from that hero. Overwhelming God's always going to be great. Phantom Lancer and the spell mechanic plus a shard on Legion Defender is really.
There's an Underlord as well
Predators
that
turn
they
to
could ban
pick.
out. Versus Timber, it can be a little bit problematic. Versus PL, it's great.
Tidehunter, still another availability as well.
Tidehunter, a very good hero that can cause and make Phantom Lancer's life a little bit
10
harder.
seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
What am I missing? Why are you, like,
We'll inform you later on.
5 seconds remaining.
So back to the draft. What else could there potentially be? Laner, like they could also swap things around to get them
Bristle as the offlane.
as the offlane. Worry too much.
Dire team
Lancer.
pick.
Go with the Tiny.
So
They could send anyone safely.
Yeah, they could. These 3 cores are so versatile. You
Yeah.
can do whatever the hell you want
yeah,
to do.
they're waiting to see who's gonna be mid. If they want Flashrack can be safe lane, can be mid. The same goes Tiny.
Tiny
10
be actually
seconds
pretty good
remaining.
versus PL. All the cleave and whatnot. but
And he doesn't need mana as a
5
core. He
seconds
just grabs his
remaining.
tree and he's ready to go to town.
if you're the core, if you're the position 1 Tiny.
Yeah,
then-
or mid.
or mid,
but-
but if you're going into that right click build that we
Yeah.
still, we've been talking about this full meta Tiny,
You may now
but I
select
haven't
your
seen it yet.
heroes.
Not in its full potential. Usually you play it on 1, but you still go for dagger in the old builds.
So it's going to be Carl mid on the Razor, and so they decide to send Leshrac mid.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, we had some fusion practice. No,
Oh, it's not ready yet.
yeah, soon.
Next
TM.
game. Next
TM.
game. Who you got?
What you got?
You just said TM.
No, I said soon TM.
Oh, soon TM. I'm
Yeah.
going T1.
Prepare for battle.
I sense a connection between us.
Will do.
Game
But not
number
when I'm on
2.
camera because I'm camera shy.
Camera shy?
Yeah, so I have to wait until the camera's gone.
block
Okay,
you. Alright,
now I
there
can
you go.
talk about Dota. I go for T1.
You camera shy?
No. I just think picking this Tiny into a Timber Saw is a risky affair. Like, once you get this hood on the Timber Saw, it's gonna be so incredibly hard for anyone of
You
them to
are
kill it.
dead.
Phantom Lancer is somewhat answered by the Leshrac, but he's still gonna have a potential to go out of control. And of course, the Nyx Assassin just counters pretty much all of their cores.
Yeah, I'm worried about if they give too much time to 23 on this Phantom Lancer. I'm a lot more confident with
30
him on this hero
seconds to
than
battle.
many others. But also, the lockdown's there for T1 with the Nyx with both their supports, really. I think if Timber goes untouched, he could have a really, really good game.
Yeah, once again, I think their draft is a little bit superior. Maybe like 60-40. It's just the play of TNC that might be too much for T1 to handle. But if you have a draft like this, like, you got to be
The
able to
battle
execute.
begins.
Right.
You're major attendant. attendee, and you were what, 4th or 3rd in the first season. Like you gotta play to a certain standard, right? So yeah, like show me something, T1. Show me something. I've been a long-time supporter. Season 1, I voted for you every game. I've been disappointed many times in Season 2 as well. But it's gotta stop at some point. It's gotta stop being top.
Yeah, so T1, they were 3rd in the last season. And they went 5-2.
Yes.
Like, they're already at 1-2.
If they lose now, it's already worse than Season 1.
It's already worse than Season 1, and you've got 3 teams already at 3 wins. Like,
Pious.
it's going to be tough for you. And those are, you know, one of those teams is Boom that already beat you.
Yeah, it is going to be tougher. If they lose this game, even getting to a tiebreak is going to be incredibly difficult.
Has been killed.
If at all possible.
Yeah, Boomy sniping the courier of Zephyr.
3 over.
Alright, this lane is all about just getting Timber Shot to level 3 without him dying. Once that's achieved, he's pretty much unkillable. Until Lash is level 6 and maybe rotates. But
The lane's fine. They're all right.
you mean for Timber?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a free lane for him. Tiny will never be able to threaten him.
Is it free enough for Zephyr to move?
Yeah, for sure. Especially once level 3 hits.
Okay.
There's no reason for Zephyr to even stay there. Like, you won't be able to really assert too much pressure. Maybe you can pull a little bit, but the pull right now is actually not blocked. Timber level 3, you leave. Probably just to check runes, make the life of Lashrock hard, which is the hard counter to your PL. Make sure the PL is having a good game.
Yeah, get him to a point where he can deal with the counter pick of this Lashrak.
You can potentially just even try as soon as the Timber is 3.
We were going the different build that players have been trying on the Phantom Lancer, right?
Which one is that?
It's like the Aether Lens, Octarine Core with the Shard.
I mean, it usually comes as like 4th or 5th item. It's still decent in this game as well. Just because it adds another layer of gameplay.
Ooh,
It's a lot of damage.
Fire's not Cookie, but got the Spike Carapace back on that. So he's got a wand on 23. He should feel relatively safe with that wand.
For sure. Like, Bristol should not ever be able to kill his PL. He can get the goo stacks off if he chooses to skill it with Doppelganger. Sticker's gonna keep him very survivable.
Now you've got Cuckoo at level 3, so he's got level 2 into the reactive armor. His regen feels quite nice. You move back Zephyr. See where Zephyr goes from here. If he still wants to come back to the top, maybe make a move. Even, I would say, top.
Yep. Top lane can definitely die. 23 though, sitting a little low right now. Might need some healing salve from Whitemon, who is currently also rotating there.
Radiant's
courier,
courier
gone.
has been killed.
So loses that courier, and I took a look over at 23. He was given a salve. He had popped that wand, and he was still down at about half health.
Yeah. All you want as PL from this lane is get level 6 somewhat unscathed, and then you just go to the jungle, farm there. We'll see if he chooses to go into the hood.
Ooh, land the impale
nice
from the
stuff.
high ground,
But
but nothing doing.
they just want to take the runes away.
Ooh, Spike Carapace, alright, Fire Snap Cookie. Now Zephyr's caught. He might just be first blood. Then the Lightning Storm trying to get that last hit.
Wow.
Salve used, he's still dead.
How much damage was that? His Ryzen did like 80 damage per hit.
Yeah, the little Shredder taking away that armor.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. Like, yeah, he uses the salve. He's got Tranquils now, so it's not like the worst thing in the world, but now you're giving first blood over away to Armel, which for Carl feels a little bit bad.
Yeah, it certainly feels bad for your mid laner because he was doing quite well for himself on the Razor. Now it's going to be a little rough. Just in general, that map is really good against Razor. Oh, don't have enough damage.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Why does Slash feel good against Razor? Because you have a lot of overtime magic damage and you don't care about the Link too much. You can run him down with Edict plus Pulse Nova, no problem.
At minus 43 damage, not a lot at the moment.
They
Link,
picked
though?
Razor into the Lash, correct? I believe so.
Yeah, because Razor was the last pick.
Yeah.
Gets his bottle refilled. It's gone 2-3 right now, so static Link at level 3. With the proper lockdown, like, they can make plays happen for sure. I wouldn't even be surprised, again, if they go up towards top and maybe look for bot.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the Nyx isn't helping up a bit more. Pulse Nova online. Stun connect.
Yeah, the Carl in a lot of trouble. Will try to TP and he stops it.
Two-legged abomination. You are
He would have been
dead.
dead if we just chased him.
Dead.
But Armel stopped his ultimate, thinking he would just TP out. So he kind of mind gamed him there.
Yeah, and
But he would have
stay
died
lane.
for sure. Yeah, he would have died.
And now he gets to use the Eye of the Storm.
Yeah. He's just using it to push out lane, farm a bit more efficiently. Zephyr trying to control the rune. In fact, both supports are there to control the rune. And he gets double damage. Razor doesn't like DD too much.
Radiant's middle tower is
Might
under
need to
attack.
pick it up. Where
It wasn't the best rune for Razor anyways. Stomach that loss? Well, they have to anyways.
Radiant structures are fortified.
only 2,500 gold, and quite honestly, Carl,
Dire's top tower
bottom
is
of the
under
cores.
attack.
Razor struggling as much as he is. Shouldn't be a tough lane for him. Until 6. Right, the first start really giving a good golden fusion to Armel.
Yeah.
Who will have to itemize into BKB in this game eventually. Against Nyx, there's just no other way around. PL going straight into Diffusal. Or going the Hood.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if he went the other way around, Hood into the Diffusal, or even, I would hope, maybe a Hood at some point, right?
I mean, Hood is super value. They have Snap, Rubik, Tiny, and Lash. So Hood would be a pretty game-winning item potentially even.
Is it alright if it's on the Timber?
Pulse
Nova,
Nova.
23 on the run, Hex. That might keep 23 alive, but Armel's so fast.
Why is he so fast?
Well, he's moving at 390, trying to chase 23, and he's dead. Lightman drops too.
The Windblaze really giving him all the movement speed in the world. 390. He's 65 faster than the PL.
Yeah. And now he's just gonna farm the jungle.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. In this case, killing his friends to get more money. Just like you would do in war.
Where are they? Neutrals?
Neutrals, yep.
Static Link guy. He'll die to the plasma field.
Armel dead too.
Turn around onto Armel, who gets stunned. Spike Carapace. Oh, stunned. Does he have enough to kill Carl? Almost faithful. It's there anyway.
The neutral creeps actually sabotaging the Razor so much. The Eye of the Storm hit exclusively neutral creeps. If that's on the latch, he dies way faster, and there's no casualties. But Carl moving a little too close to the neutrals. A little bit unfortunate for him.
So Cuckoo has the Hood.
Dire's
Yep.
top tower is under
So
attack.
yeah, Phantom Lancer will skip it. Cuckoo's picked it up.
You needed a skin for this game for sure. PL can sometimes skip it, but like if there was a game to justify it, I feel like this is the one.
Right.
So much magic damage. And now you see the saying that I just said. Definitely true there. Neutral creeps helping out quite a bit for TNC. They weren't even asked to join, you know, they just came.
Yeah, I think the plasma field ends up pulling them all.
Yeah, Pulse Nova also. I think Armel killed like 2 heroes and got a bunch of the creeps too. Another pause by T1. And another!
So the pause comes out. You've got Leshrac top of the net worth. 23, despite the fact he died. I think he's having an okay game.
For sure. And he is really the guy that we're looking at to carry this game.
I think the one that... He's not really the one to worry about. Rubik's pretty even overall. It's just the difference in the Rubik.
The thing is, Leshrac might be really big now, but one easy carapace setup and he can die.
Yeah, as we saw. But obviously the damage got mitigated by the neutrals. Otherwise he would have died immediately.
And once that PL is online with the Diffusal Blade, you will also have to worry about mana problems on the Leshrac. You get mana burned, you get Diffusal Blade burned.
And then you know, what you're really hoping for if you're T1 is a quick 6 on the Nyx Assassin, so he can set that up for you.
Yeah, which is why they're now giving him the mid lane.
Giving him the mid, I would expect the Tome too. He's only level 4.
How about the Lion? Also level 4, but he's getting top lane right now. We'll have to see how the HC looks like.
I just think, yeah, the burst damage is nice, but the Nyx is going to set up for you quite a bit.
Yep,
Yeah.
and he buys it.
So he'll have that Tome come out, he'll hit level 6. I'm looking over at Cuckoo, who's got the
Radiant's
hood,
bottom tower
about
is under
600 gold
attack.
saved up. I know they nerfed the flamethrower,
Yeah.
but is it still worth getting?
Radiant's bottom
It's
tower
still a
is
pretty
under
good axe
attack.
shot, I think. It's just, as always, you can invest in 49 gold, unless you're really snowballing, always trying to justify it. Probably this game is just going to be looking to frontline for his
Radiant
team more.
are scanning.
Maybe get into the Greaves eventually.
Greaves, Pipe.
Maybe he'll pick up the shard from the second Roche if it doesn't go to the PL.
So they're coming over smoked. They are going to let the Nyx Assassin lead on this. They've got a shot as well as the stun. Whitemon ready to go with another spike. Stay in front of him, and they'll get the quick kill on the bot, but Cuckoo is dead. Kisses all coming in. Close the avalanche toss and the split earth with the pulse nova.
3 heavy magic damage heroes. Even though you have a hood, nowhere near.
Dire's bottom tower
He couldn't
is
even
under
activate the
attack.
hood. That's how fast he died.
So do you
Dire's
just go
structures
straight
are fortified.
Pipe?
It's gotta be either pipe or hood. I believe he just bought a magic booster. Energy booster. They gotta make sure to somehow keep his
Dire's
Timber alive,
bottom
because he's
tower
gonna be
is
a lot of the damage in team fights.
Bottom. And they've got a lot of TPs coming through. They're gonna look to get the kill here on Armel and maybe Gabby. The avalanche comes in, and that's gonna lock the Razor for a moment. Fire snap Cookie, finger blowing up Boomy.
Dire's
boom.
middle tower is under attack.
I feel that kind of sums up T1 in the last couple of games. They're always reacting, but very slowly. As the TPs come in, they're already disengaging. Sure, they get a snapfire kill, but for 5 people rotating, is it really worth it? Probably
Well, they
not.
have the diffuser. So maybe they'll set up for something more.
PL is still big. That is the saving grace right now.
Smoke's gonna get broken here. 23 needs to be careful. Avalanche toss, he got him. Doppelganger on the run.
Radiant's
Bolt there.
bottom
23
tower
just
is
gets
under
knocked out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Again,
Dire's
Could.
structures
Would have probably
are
saved them there.
fortified.
it's a very aggressive item build, and now it's up to 23 to really make it work.
Yeah, he's still not too far behind from the Leshrac. He's ahead of the Tiny,
Radiant's
but he
bottom
needs
tower is under
to
attack.
shut it down. Because we've seen it time and time
Dire's
again.
middle tower
Dagger
has
picked up for the
fallen.
Tiny. You get a couple of kills, you snowball out of control. And then the other team just can't deal with how tanky this Tiny becomes.
Yeah. This game, at least, they have a Timbersaw who will always scale good against strength heroes. So tankability of the Tiny should never really be the biggest issue.
Go Saber next.
I do think they're gonna remove or at least nerf the strength talent. No, Tiny. Why does he get 10 strength on top of 3.8 strength per level?
At level 10.
That's a lot of strength. He's sitting at 2.1k health with 1 Soul Ring and 1 Wand.
Yeah.
I guess he has
Dire are
capacity.
scanning.
More than the Timber Saw with plus 200
Radiant's
health
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant
And Ironwood tree.
structures are fortified.
Nobody even actually comes close on T1 to health.
And he's a big boy, chunky boy.
Look at this tier 1.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
There.
tower has fallen.
Making sure 23 can some more space to himself. And I believe he is now going into the hood. Yeah, he is. He just bought the cloak.
Let's see if they react top because they've used the Vendetta. They want to find something.
This Roche will die fast if they don't
Yeah,
respond.
they need to really get here. And the problem is they've got a sentry ward right outside the pits. So even if he steps over, they get spotted.
They're not aware at all.
Yeah, Spike Carapace walks in, walks out. Spike Carapace hits onto the Leshrac as well as this Bristle. But they put down another sentry. Zephyr in trouble getting out of the range of it. Fire Snap 50 cents Gabby back.
Well,
They need to
getting
make
low.
something happen. Super Chain over. Roach as well. This might actually work out well for T1 if they can clean up these heroes. But the Mortimer's pieces come down to the Gulu. Now they're focusing their attention on the team. Trying to get in, but he never makes the move Rubik. They take out Boomy. They look over at Baku's out of mana, and they'll also steal the static link. However, these heroes out of mana aren't really effective to defend against T1, and this is a Roche down to 1,200 health. T1 are just leaving.
They're not in a position to fight. The two tanky cores are too low health.
Can you just give this up, though? It's got no health. Could you have taken it yourself?
The thing is, you already made quite a lot of impact happen because you killed a bunch of heroes. Some heroes had to buy back. So giving up the Roche would be the worst, but they're still trying to fight for it either way.
Roche starting to heal up, 1,700 health. Now 1,500. There they go, back into the paint.
Tough position to be in. 700, 500.
Timber chain. He's stabbed by Kuku. Who's got it? Here's Mike coming through, and they've got another some of the impale landing. They're both getting it. Timbersaw doing a lot. They'll take out Boomy. Two heroes there on the side of TNC. They'll focus their attention on to Gabby. 23 moving in. He's got a dominator with the help from the rest of the team, and they should be able to take out the tiny and look for more. Doc on the run. Kuku trying to maintain that Aegis. They've got the impale. They have the lockdown confirmed, and they'll get the kill confirmed. Triple kill for Kuku, and that's T1 taking the driver's seat in this game.
And now they're going to see all the ancients work. How did that happen? Lash was in the pit alone, right next to the Roche. Timber had to walk inside to get it. You can see it in the replay again. It was a massive misplay by Armel. Just look at it. How can that happen? It was there for quite a while. I think he just didn't have an item slot. Massive blunder, gets taken out after as well. If the Lash gets the Aegis, the fight looks completely different.
100%. Because if he dies, full health, full mana, these heroes are low on T1. Would have been low enough.
That is a massive blunder, really. Sometimes it just happens, but some blunders are bigger than others. So definitely potentially what they'll look back at and be like, damn.
That's a game-changing blunder that allows Phantom Lancer, who also did pick up the hood. So he's gone and picked up a hood as well.
He's getting really big now as well. Once he has the St. Joshua online, health reading is going to be very high. Good amount of damage thanks to the refusal. And he is going into the shard after that, as well as the green core.
People's Gift is the first neutral there for the side of T1. Firestep could be alright. Stun minus armor. Kuku here with the Fable, pops the blade mail.
Who still has Aegis though?
And Chakra.
Oh, that's the best spell to steal actually. Good timing there by Tim's. I just hope I get proven wrong.
I think they're gonna smoke. Yeah. Okay.
Like I always see this Rubik, you know, he's just a Rubik. Like never really feels super impactful or anything.
It's been a while since the Rubik's felt massively impactful.
It really has been.
And this is a hero that used to get first picked and do so much. So they have a Blink Dagger.
They're ready.
There's the Avalanche, but the Hex comes through. Gabby in trouble. Michael down. Rules up in the air. Finger takes out Swooby, but they'll still lose Carl. 23 moving in, trying to get the damage out. Both Bill is doing a lot of damage. Number 23 needs to be careful. They're going to go to Armel. They'll end up 22 for 2. Chuck from the Rubik. Avalanche doppelganger out of the low grab with the two-man impale. Kuku maintaining his ground. Double impale hits on 2. Down goes Zephyr. They'll take out the Aegis. 23 back into the fight, but he's not dealing with a lot of health here. Doppelganger now starting to run. Attention from Kuku goes out onto Tims. Tims is out of mana. Got staff, but the Chakram, there it is to get the kill. Ends up being a 3 for 3.
And that's the power of the Aegis coming into play, of course. Kuku dying. Second time, or not be so lucky. It's
a close
getting to the point where T1 is getting really damn tanky. Hoods on 3 heroes, and the longer this game goes, the harder it's going to get for TNC.
Hoods on 3 heroes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a good effort at the end by the Rubik, stealing a good impale, getting a massive impale on the 2 on the back line. And see in the replay again.
Now watch this set up.
Just so much tankability coming out.
Spike, impale, telekinesis, stolen impale, boom, right back.
That was super good, that stolen impale. Still ends up dying to the respawn Timber.
And 23 can't really do anything.
Nah, he needs to St. Joshua. So the problem is, when these heroes are out of mana, right? This Bristle, it's tiny, they have so much base armor that PL is basically just tickling them. Like, he's not there to deal damage, he's just there to take away the utility. And then the big damage dealers are both the Razor as well as the Timber.
Would you like to see maybe some lifesteal here for the Phantom Lancer?
Potentially later. I mean, he's still working with the Possessed Mask, but
Yeah.
I like his itemization quite a bit. He's gonna get the Yasha for efficiency reasons, and then the Sage on top of that
And the Octarine Core, Shard.
to get all that health regen. And then the Shard Octarine Core, I'm never too sure how good it actually is. I've seen it be very useful, and I've seen it just completely fall flat. But it's still a 5+K investment.
They have 4 hoods.
Where's the fourth one?
Next.
Oh, he actually has a hood as well, and 2 fluffy heads.
Avalanche toss. Doesn't
kill
kill
him.
Zephyr. But they've got everybody coming in. Cuckoo here with the telekinesis. He's trying to Timber Chain away. The whirling distance on a box. Going Timber Chain. Not going to catch up to Cuckoo. The Earth Spike doesn't land.
Him's cosplaying Patch here, thinking Timber Chain is a hook. Happened so many times to me as well in Timber, so I'm like, yeah, I got you. Nope. I ain't Patch.
That would be an interesting, like, Ags.
But instead of hooking him, you hook onto him. That would be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it goes the other way.
Yeah.
Then if Patch hooks you and you hook him,
You mean the middle.
well, not really, because you go to Patch either way. Yeah.
Hex out. Knock him right at top. They're trying to catch him. They've got the spike characters. So he gets 20 hits, but the Avalanche toss him. Whatever kisses all coming. They're going to get the ball. He's dead immediately. They'll take out Bach. He'll buy back. He's got a 2-1 to go to. Doppelganger away from 23. They're trying to get the kill on the Cuckoo. They'll chase. He should be dead to rights. I say that, though. And he's got Timber Chain getting the high ground. And he is gone. Dead to rights only matters if you can.
Chakram was like a
Dire structures
millisecond
are
on cooldown.
fortified.
He couldn't throw it out because he got cookie. I think it would have killed the Timber. But of course it was like split second decision making.
Yeah.
It's always difficult in Dota. And it's also very hard to communicate this kind of thing. Like, no, don't cookie me, I'm gonna kill him.
23 almost has this shard. Ags being built for the Snapfire.
Yeah, getting bigger.
So the Gobble and Spit Up.
This is filthy big up. He has a nether shawl and a hood.
-3 armor.
He's sitting at 21 -1. That is pretty impactful. Like, I can't believe they didn't touch this item yet.
The armor is so minuscule.
Yeah. On any hero that morphs to carry it. Like, imagine morphing with 40 armor. Oh, okay.
-3, oh no.
Well, that's a lot. Almost 10%.
So,
Shard online on PL now. That means bounty. Bounty lands. -3 seconds cooldown. Talent also taken. 4 seconds cooldown.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
3 moving forward.
Hitting the tower. All the lances. Left struck. Now this is a power strike. BKB picked up. He has to whip to stick onto targets. The question is just, does he have enough damage through all these hooks?
4 of them.
Gabby.
Gabby finds Carl. Avalanche stuns up 2. He's trying to run. Plasma Funer spike lands. They have caught Gabby. They have Gabby, and they will give him the finger as they put him in the grave.
Carl's been very tip happy in all of their games.
On a emotion.
Yeah.
Dire's
tips
middle
equal
tower
emotion, or are
is
they
under
just a-
attack.
It depends on the person. Some people get really mad when they get tipped.
Vendetta. Bach.
A tough kill. No TP. Follow up yet. I know if you tip Artesian Pups, he's going ham. Like, why the fuck are you tipping me?
Plasma field. Impale lands. Now he's out of mana. And can get the body block. Don't even need it with the Yules. The chakra right on top of Bach. We'll try to survive here. Popping the rocks. Get some mana back, but he gets the kill.
Are you ever truly tanky against the Timber Solo?
No.
No.
Dire's bottom tower
Unless
is
you're an
under
agi
attack.
hero like PL.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
2.5 minutes
Radiant
left.
structures are fortified.
One of the bungalows we've seen. And I wanted to see, is he actually gonna go? He is actually gonna go Octarine Core.
Radiant's middle tower
Okay.
has fallen.
I'm intrigued. I've usually only seen this item after hard, but it's going off screen before hard.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As you adjust the glasses.
It's gonna be a while until Snapfire has this axe. Gobble up to spit out.
Radiant
Snapfire
are
axe, wow.
scanning.
Yeah,
Is that
I haven't seen that in forever.
worth it?
Very pricey, that's for sure. But Boomy loves his axe. Even in game 1, there's a +5 line he had to queue up.
Dire are scanning.
Maybe he's still in the mindset he's like mid. Or get farm priority eventually.
Yeah. BKB picked up here for the Razor. That'll be delivered. Carl.
Now he's going to be very survivable. Has a haste as well.
They might even just want to go. Impale comes down. Armel with trouble. There's Spike Plasma Field. There's the kill on Armel.
Is under
And
attack.
this is why Nyx is so problematic for him.
Moves up on the air onto this Rubik. Draining his mana, telekinesis, throwing over to the side. 2-man stun, fires that cookie. This is one of the follow. He's going to die too. And they're right on top of the bristle. They've got the Hex. And they'll get the kill. 4 heroes out of the side of TNC T1. They will continue to move forward and march their way down mid.
Radiant's
Looks like there's
middle
still
tower
some
is under attack.
fight in them left, huh?
Radiant structures
Finally making
are
it work.
fortified.
The draft is very good. There's no answer to the Timbers already. He's sitting at 9-1. And now
Radiant's
PL is at the
middle
point
tower
where
is under attack.
too much of a problem. They don't have damage anymore on the Radiant side. It's mostly magical. 4 hoods. Very good itemization all around. This might just be one of those slow bleed-out games, you know? Game is not just over yet. Slowly and slowly.
Kids his avalanche toss. Trying to make this happen with the BKB pop by Gabby. Carl down to about half health. The right click's coming in with Plasma Field. It will go get the kill at least out of the Razor. And now they're in the whirling death. They've got the lift on the Cuckoo. They'll get the kill to 2. Getting some illusions over. And this is good timing. This is right when Roche is supposed to be back up. Armel, is he going to spot it? Realizes it's not up, walks out, but should recognize that it's almost the max duration.
It is the max duration, and they know. Razor, no buyback. And they overstaying the welcome a little bit again. Like, we have seen this in the past couple of games as well. T1 is making a good play, taking a good fight, but then they just overstay, have no cooldowns available, and are paying dearly for it.
This is a big Roche to
It's the
give
second
up.
one, yeah.
Aegis, Cheese, Shard.
They're gonna be fighting for it.
They've got the Sentry as well as the Observer. They'll send the illusions forward.
They need to fight for it.
They need to try and make their way into the pit.
Nash is out of mana completely.
Go over. Free, looking for the jump. Spirit Lance doing a lot here, trying to deter them. Gabby may be looking for the move, but he can't get on top of 23. They'll throw the Avalanche over the pit. They've got the Earth Spike on a 1. The Ocean's about to go down. And look at the Aegis on a Gabby. They do nothing about it.
Radiant's bottom
Shot as well.
tower
They
is under
just
attack.
left it.
I'm very surprised they didn't try to pursue this a little bit more aggressively. Like, Flash had 100 mana. That means one potion overtick, that's it. Not sure what they were afraid of, because Lash is like half the damage output right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think with a little bit of a more decisive call, they could have potentially at least stalled until the other 2 heroes are up,
Yeah.
and then take it for yourself.
Now they've got the Shard.
Yeah, a massive win for
Radiant's bottom
TNC.
tower
Aegis
is
on the
under attack.
Tiny. And
And he's building into damage. Daedalus. Bristol back, BKB, completed.
this is... I think the game just gets so much tougher for T1 now.
Yeah, it was 8 kill lead, now it's a 3 kill lead. Like, T1 just likes to make it difficult for themselves. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way. They don't like to play safe. They knew Roshan was about to spawn. The max timer was around the corner.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So they chose to play the risky style.
Giving it up like that just... It feels like there was so much opportunity there.
Most certainly agree with that.
For a team that likes playing high risk and staying too long, there at Roche, I felt like there was no attempts.
Yeah. Just like that. Hold the thought, Timber saw.
Telekinesis right up top. They've got Gabby here. Avalanche. He did enough damage. He's got that hood. Now Split Earth and the toss. Kuku took things away. Death doing so much. He's just dead. Doing so much.
Took 4 hits to half health with 1 combo.
Yeah, Timber J back over. Chakram slows down box for a moment. The Spirit Lance got over Gabby. That's the issue. They've got the Avalanche as well as the toss. The top of the 23 to third finger. Can they get the first life out of his hands? Yes, they can. Telekinesis sends out of the Razor, but they're right up onto Gabby, who really needs to find his way
way out with BKB. He'll try to TP, the damage isn't there. He'll get out, the Aegis has already been used.
Radiant's middle tower
Timber
has
Saw
fallen.
is just such a thorn in their eyes. Side. Eyes. What hurts more? Actually, probably eyes, right?
Probably not. I believe
Radiant's
you can't
bottom tower is under attack.
feel punctures to your eyes.
Are scanning.
Really? If I poke it right now, it wouldn't hurt.
I want to say that's true, but I'm not a medical professional.
I'm not gonna poke my eyes.
Avalanche comes out with BKB being popped by Carl. They'll get the static link out onto the Tiny, and now the Fire's moving to try and break that link. They finally do. Bot turns around to BKB, but it's running low. Spirit Lance is bouncing all over, trying to drain the mana of TNC's side as they take this tier 2 tower.
Radiant's bottom
BKB's
tower
expanded.
has fallen.
They can keep going.
PGL, now the Octarine core finished. 3 seconds cooldown on the lands. We have been to a lot of cities. Pain City, Struggle City. Now it's Bound City.
What else we move into?
Lots of cities.
Toss City.
Toss City, you know. There's a lot of cities in the world. Should go out and explore a bit more.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing right now.
Radiant are scanning.
Now the question is, if you're PL, do you actually still want the heart? Because you're never even close to dying.
Invisibility.
I guess then you will never, ever be close to dying. But do you need to double down on that, or can you just afford to get hurt then? Go for the heart?
Yeah.
Alright.
Never, ever,
Never, ever, never, never.
getting low at all. Link, Impale, Fable, Telekinesis all coming through on the card. They've got the Splitter and Fireside keeping that zone up 3. They've got the BKB coming out from Gabby. Avalanche tries to see what they go to Ruby though. They take him to the Sapphire. They end up trading for Zephyr. On the high ground is Cuckoo, who's going to try and tip a chain away, and that's exactly what he does. Chop him right on top of Armel as they look over now at Fox. He's in trouble. Around it. Help from Tins. Doppelganger. T23 is not going to make the move in just yet. He'll send the illusions out as well as the Spirit Lance that bounces all the way over to Tins, and it should do it again. And it might even kill him. Tins on the run. There's the finger for the stack. They've got themselves the Earthspike that lands on a Fox. He has no mana to work with and no health to work with. So he's dead too. 3 heroes gone. Gabby stuck in the pit and surrounded by the T1 side. Here's a rock that will soon crumble, and it will crumble to 23.
I'm not doubting this item build anymore. The lances are actually ridiculous. How much damage they deal. The illusions that spawn a bit. How much damage do they deal? Plus 40%. So deal
Radiant's top tower
60% deal damage. For no cost really. 3 seconds cooldown, 750 bounce range. It is kind of a ridiculous one.
I almost trust you.
But yeah, it's Timber Saw. Potentially even dealing more damage in this PL.
Yeah.
He is absolutely shredding these tanky cores. Tiny and Bristol just have, as soon as the BKB is down, they just get shredded. Damage? Question mark? Well,
Emo? Question mark?
I'm very surprised they doubled down on the Tiny last pick with all that magic damage they already had.
Right.
It's like, we have magic damage. What are we lacking? More magic. Kind of the reason why Neon lost the last game of their series too, because they went all magic damage. Gotta have a balance in your draft, just like in your diet, you know? Don't just want to eat protein.
Balanced breakfast, balanced draft,
Need some carbs, need some fats.
balanced board.
Yep. Balance in all things. Yin and yang. I be the yin, you be the yang. Maybe vice versa. I'm definitely the black part, I don't know which one it is.
I just wanted to be Yang.
No,
Be a pro player.
I know you're going at that. Not that easy. Gotta earn it, bro.
Blink Dagger next for the Lion. Heart almost 423. They got the axe on the Sapphire.
They do. But how much is it really gonna change? This is one of the situations, you know, I've encountered them many, many times. You know that you're most likely never gonna kill this PL or the Timber. The slow bleeding death. It's like you took an arrow to the knee, but you can't do anything about it. Hospitals are all closed. Capacity. 5-man smoke, 4-man smoke, 5-man smoke. playing still decently aggressively, but quite timid for the lead they have.
Yeah, 12k lead. Carl going over, trying to catch Gabby. BKB, Link,
Nice.
and
Does it get him?
you just can't weave through those trees.
It's like an 11k lead, but really how the game feels like it's like a
Radiant's
25k
top
lead or so.
tower is under attack.
With how timid TNC are, and I mean even T1, yeah, it does feel like it's a lot.
So PL has 4,000 health now. Good luck killing him. The thing is they have, I would want to call it burst
Radiant's
damage,
top
but
tower is under
it's really
attack.
mitigated by all the magic resistance he has, so they don't really have burst damage, and they definitely don't have sustained damage to kill this PL anymore. I feel like at this point he could almost 1v5.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Sounds harsh, but reality is disappointing.
Spike Carapace, and recognizing that they have the Sentry Ward down because they steal the Spike Carapace. They'll move in with the Chopper and
Radiant's top tower
Maybe looking to
is under
fight
attack.
here. Dangerous decision that they might have to make. Oh, moving forward, Bach in trouble. Now the run, forced to pop the BKB.
Run. After on the prowl. Caught up.
Not far enough away. Spirit Lance is there. Boomy ends up dead to 23. We're going to continue for more. These Spirit Lances being thrown out. Carl maintaining the front line. So is Kuku. They're running some attempts. They get the kill for the Rubik. He's going to buy back. And now, with that buyback, they'll try to turn it. Gabby on the back lines. Take out White Line. He's got buyback too. BKB TV out from Gabby, but they're still on the high ground. They mail pop. Rock. Now, turning his back, but he doesn't have that BKB available. Avalanche. Toss. Let's go popped, and now the turnaround. Actually, they threw him right into Armel, so he gets the Whirling Death off. Armel sitting a little bit low. He's got the BKB, but there's the Doppelganger. 23 not dealing with a lot of mana here.
Holy
Might just back up and leave, but 23 gets another kill on a team with the illusions, and he's dead for 75, considering the fact that he already bought back in this fight.
And he doubled down and went Eternal Shroud on PL as well. Just to get the additional mana, of course, but if that's worth 2,000 gold, and I don't even know anymore. This item build is crazy, it's weird. Like in my time, they didn't have Octarine Core. See the team fight again. Just Timber sort of stands there and he just looks at them.
Radiant's
He eats all the
turret
nukes.
has been
And
killed.
PL didn't even take more than 100 damage this entire fight. He just killing them from the back lines. Timber standing in the front line. Like, how bad do you feel when you're Tims? You just die to illusions only. Like, he's fake bomb.
BKB popped by Carl going after Gabby. Fire Snap Cookie gets him some distance. Carl, though, pops his own BKB, uses the spider legs to get to the high ground.
Makes it out. But let's get you pop.
At this point, why not?
Roseman's back up. And they're not waiting for the Razor BKB. Probably at this point it doesn't matter because they're just too tanky overall.
This is Zach's blessing, too.
Who's gonna get it? I'll give it to Timbersaw probably. Or Lion.
How would I do it online? How many stacks does Boy might have? 6.
Not
That's
bad.
a decent chunk of stacks.
Yep. Or maybe Nix is definitely, he's going to his own one with 100 gold away from it.
Give it a White Lock. Support, speed, love, too.
I think Timber's gonna take it.
Oh, they gave it to Carl. Carl? His backpack.
Alright,
Still
siege
pass it to
buildings.
Whitemon. Oh, no, okay.
It's decent to siege buildings, it's good.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't have the best way to deal with buildings, and he's not going into the flamethrower.
I'm just a disappointed support.
Whatever. Get carried.
2, 3, and 6.
And
Get
Nix now
carried.
has his own Acceptor. That means now we're going to Borrow City.
Link City.
You know what would be much cuter if, kind of like a Pokemon, you know, Diglett? Like he should have his head out like Diglett. He would just be looking around. That would be so cute, I think.
He evolves into Nyx Assassin Trio.
But just look, imagine instead of the hole, you just have a head stick out.
Or just his eyes.
Or anything.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Go for the top tier 2.
Yep. The building damage is pretty limited because of the itemization on the heroes. But that's what the Razor asked for, which he used to farm nuclear tubes.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
24k lead.
What's really stopping them?
Yeah.
Yo!
So if 10k felt like 25k, 25k must feel like 100k.
I think that's a lot of gold.
I shall now push you.
Fresher orb. Picked up by Razor.
Double.
Eye of the Storm.
Eye of the Storm. On 2 targets.
Double BKB.
That can really burn through the armor. I mean, I commend the fighting spirit of TNC, you know? But not every superhero movie comes with the heroes win.
It would have been a good Ags game for Annihilated him, trying to get Ethereal and all that. Oh, Gobble up, speed out, Avalanche as well as the toss going after right, but he's going to survive. The Mortimer's Kiss is coming through, and they're not going to let him. BKB pop all around the horn. We'll go for a shock. Actually, they don't even care about Bach. They get the kill to RML. Bach as well. They weren't focusing on the Bristle at all. Gabby drops, 4 heroes dead. Now on the blue team white. T1, they'll call GG, and they'll even the series at one of these.
So as it was already.
Yeah, it became just a one-sided affair, and it's off that first fight, I would say, at the Roche pit. Yes, they gave up the second Roche, but that snatch by Cuckoo turned around
Should
the
have never
momentum.
happened.
No, it shouldn't have happened. He walked
Armel
into
was
the
in the pit alone. He definitely had like a good second to pick it up.
Yeah.
It never happened, and they couldn't recover from that mistake. Because they were playing a high tempo lineup. Enemy team was very reliant on just building hoods. After that fight, they had 4 hoods. Sure, you can kill the Nyx Assassin, but where's the damage for the Razor, PL, Timbersaw? It's just not there. Amazing draft by T1. They finally managed to execute. Was about time. Can they repeat that though?
That's the question.
Like they disappointed a lot. At least there's something now.
Yeah, so they might be able to take this series, and that's the big question on our minds, the chat's minds, and the panel's mind. So back over to you guys to discuss it.
TNC Predators turn to ban. Dire team ban. TNC Predators turn to ban.
Played when missed mana with the Nyx Assassin. Like you open up with Medusa, Nyx Assassin, and then
Dire team
what are you
ban.
gonna do? Like can't burn the mana. They can burn your mana, steal your mana. You can't play Dota against.
It's all about the mana. And Nyx Assassin, if I remember that, Matt, the Nyx used to counter Medusa as well, because you would steal her mana.
TNC Predators turn
Ah,
to
man.
pick.
Be reminded of that. I lost lots
Dire
of
team
Medusas.
pick.
Anyway,
Yeah, you see, like they took out all the mana burners.
PGL and the Nyx, get rid of those. T1 definitely looks like a different PGL. Looks stronger,
Dire
more
team pick.
coordinated. Feels like a
Lion.
Savage knows the hero inside and out.
It's kind of
The
mana.
last
Members
one.
off!
Same opening.
You can still build a diffusal. Or an
Sure.
anti-mage. There you
Anti-mage,
have
Invoker.
Invoker, yeah.
Yeah,
the
I
key.
want to see maybe like Ursa just get a counter from the lane stage. I think Ursa's still a
10
very good
seconds
hero, especially
remaining.
with Shard. It's not about you buying the Shard, it's about that this hero
5
kills
seconds
Roshan early on,
remaining.
kills the second Roshan early on, and then it
TNC
drops, and you're like,
Predators turn-
what are you gonna do about it?
For the Bloodseeker.
That also works.
Dire team ban.
By the way, this Ursa that we're talking about, the hero is strong. I don't think that objectively he's strong. He's one of the best carries at the moment. He just gets banned so many times. He got banned so many times before.
Teams are forgetting about him. We've seen the one in China region
10
where
seconds remaining.
he went to the Fusel Blade, like Morbid Mask, the Fusel Blade,
5
still
seconds
went for like
remaining.
Abscess S and Y, even though it managed to
TNC
outcarry
Predators
Medusa.
turn
Still
to
pretty
ban.
impressive.
They play that high tempo.
Dire team ban.
We'll see. I would like to see it here for TNC. Will they play the Bloodseeker on the safe lane or off lane? That's also a question. Most likely that Atos built on the off lane is. You got TNC, they really like to flex their 1, 2, and
10 seconds
Now we-
remaining.
1, then
5 seconds remaining.
I think they need to find a strong answer to burn the lane. Last time, it
TNC
really seemed like
Predators
Cuckoo was
turn
too
to
discouraged by the minus armor. It seemed like once he hit, what, level 4, then he was basically unkillable with the Tiny and the Snapfire lane.
Yeah, they knew that went over. He got reactive armor. They try to go for him once. They see that they can't kill him. Soul Ring, a lot of
10
things. That
seconds
he's
remaining.
still very high. The completely
5
bailed lane.
seconds
It's
remaining.
very hard to play the lane where Timbersaw is. You lose that tier tower. So Bloodseeker is a good answer. Pure damage. Also,
silence, the Atos if necessary. Later on, that damage kills so well versus them.
because it takes also right now it's 10% of your current HP. So if someone's full HP, you actually deal a bit more damage. You know, it's let's say that Phantom Lantern from the previous game with the 4,000 HP, you would deal 400 damage. Full.
Bloodseeker is also very weird. He hasn't truly been in the meta for the longest. When he is, we've seen the Veil build on the offlane for a little while, but teams usually experiment with him on different positions, and everything can work, but not necessarily.
They stopped picking him after his Blood Rite got nerfed because the numbers were too high.
Yeah,
It was
they were
just
too much.
too much damage coming out of
Dire
that
team
spell.
ban.
And with the addition of the Shard, there is potential to lane. Like
As a
he
tank
scaled.
breaker.
Exactly.
Band out. Killer Predator. Meanwhile, the Bat and the Razor Bat probably just so a little bit further.
10 seconds remaining.
Can be an issue for a lot of
Problematic.
heroes.
5 seconds
Problematic
remaining.
as well for a lot of lane too.
They already banned out the Razor. I wonder if they're gearing up for a melee carry of their own on T1.
Could be Troll as well.
Yeah.
Like something that Troll does not like to play into.
Last bat here. Is there anything from that first game that banned now?
They already did. They banned out. Oh, you mean for T1 that
For
they want to ban
T1,
up?
yeah,
nah,
exactly.
they want it. Oh, from the first game? Really, those were both bristleback traps. And they found the answer to them in game 2. This is it's a different look. I don't really think T1 need to put too much emphasis on it.
And they stole the lion as well, so
Right.
Pretty good stuff going for the moment. Steal what works good for TNC and pick something that works well for you.
Good old steal strat.
Except not Rubik, because I don't think Rubik worked out as good as the stealing was.
Yeah, the hero is fun to play.
Sure. I mean, Tim, you saw he was immortal level on it. He was just like, just give me Rubik. Oh,
sadly,
I'll
doesn't
carry
necessarily win games. Very rarely, so far in the season.
Dire team pick.
Now, a lot of the teams are better playing against Rubik, Enigma. There's always a chance.
TNC Predators
Lincoln
turn
Sphere, but let's say
Enchantress.
there's Ravage. Teams like Chronosphere. Teams will use time dilation that will use the Anchor Smash right away. So teams just got better all.
Dire team pick.
Something worked,
Mirana.
Now it's mine. Take
TNC
that
Predators
I made
turn
this.
Take that Enchantress and the Medusa.
TNC
All the
Predators
mana burners
turn.
are banned already. TNC doesn't care. Insta-pick OD. Wow.
It's a great way to counter heroes. Timbersaw doesn't like to play into this. I was thinking that they don't have any kind of arrow setup
Dire
now
team
with the
back.
Astral you do, but it's not that easy to execute as it was before. Because before it was always 4 seconds of Astral, and now you need to, actually do the math. Like, what level is it? You need to click. It's not that easy. Like,
And plus, Medusa's these days getting S and Y. Status resistance.
I mean, you can,
it works exactly.
Yeah.
10
or you can
seconds
still be
remaining.
a dummy like me and look at the circle and as it's
Circle's
approaching-
unreliable. At least against status resistance.
TNC
But
Predators
circle
turn
maxes
to
out.
ban.
Yeah, exactly.
But
so you
at first 3 levels, the circle doesn't go out all the way.
you can kind of have the feeling with that,
Oh, the
right?
feeling.
It gives
The
you
feeling
feel-
with the status
if you-
resistance is not good.
Okay, with status resistance later on, but if you're setting up these arrows
In the lane.
for the lane, I
Sure.
still think it.
10
Um,
seconds remaining.
All right.
Mirana player, even without the setup, should be landing those arrows.
It's sometimes
5
it's easier
seconds
for
remaining.
Piranha players who are good to land the arrows
Without
without the
the set-
setup.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, I'm gonna give my prediction for this game. I think Mirana will miss more than 3 arrows on
than
Astral.
Well, you gotta give me like a time on Astral.
Yeah.
So all game long.
Yeah,
Okay. More than 3. Wow. You don't have
three
to.
or more.
Dire
All
team
right.
Will,
back.
those arrows be blocked or just missed?
No, they have to hit,
No,
the,
no,
hit
they-
the person in the Astral.
Yeah,
Yeah, but will the hero be? Is it considered a miss if someone
if
goes
the
in front?
path is unblocked, okay?
If the path
We
is
would
unblocked.
know if it was gonna
Turn
cut.
to pick.
Okay, okay.
So it's the intention.
I'm
that
below
matters.
3. I'm below.
Okay, I'm below 3. Although we don't know if it's an off lane or a 4-position Mirana, because earlier we saw a 3-position Mirana.
That's also correct. I like the OD
Dire
still.
team
This
pick.
hero is underpicked.
Beastmaster.
Okay.
Okay, they are not stepping away from the Beastmaster. They think it was the correct option and the hero that brought them that W in game 1, but I'm not completely sold on that. I
10
don't think that the
seconds
Beast
remaining.
is as strong anymore, plus this won't be offlane.
5
This has
seconds
to be mid
remaining.
because then the OD is your
Might be
carry or
off
what?
lane. It might be off. I don't know. Like, I've seen Beastmaster still being picked from time to time in different breeds. The off lane.
My problem is the Enchantress. And
True.
utilize the boar if you're playing on the side lane. Or maybe safe lane Beast.
They could flex. They TNC did the same. Fine, they had the exact same heroes, right? In game number 1.
Yeah.
You may now
Mix
select
things
your
up with their
heroes.
3 cores.
This was the answer to master in a couple of regions. You storm, you farm just as much.
Mid Beast.
Want to guess this?
Oh, you.
All right, I'm going T1.
He's forcing my hand.
I'm not doing anything.
Because like
There's a lot of free will you have.
I'm a competitor, of course, so I have to go with TNC. I can't just give you a free win.
Okay.
There is. No, there is. There's always wins in my heart.
I am the disposed toward you.
I'm going TNC anyway.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, realistically, T1's draft is way better. But my boys TNC will never let me down. I just remember Storm and Dusa, and they don't really have any answers to them, so... Okay.
To hell with you. To hell with you.
You asking me or him? Me? Storm, Medusa, Beastmaster, Bloodseeker, Snapfire, Timbersaw... OD Mirana. Last two.
I love this part.
I mean, 8 out of 10 is not bad. Do you know the last two?
No, it's your test.
Well, I don't know. 8 out of 10, 80% I pass.
Come on, it's your test. You got this.
There's a pass anywhere.
No, you got this.
Lion Enchantress.
Oh, come on.
Hey, 80% is not bad, though. Considering that...
It's not 100.
Yeah, sure. But considering that half the time I spent trolling you...
Yeah, well...
It's pretty good.
Should be able to get 10 out of 10.
Next time, Daddy.
There's not another game after this, and don't call me Daddy.
Oh, sorry,
My
Daddy.
name's not Daddy.
Daddy B. Call.
It's not Shirley.
No, but of course, you know... This draft, I probably have to go pretty far down the line and say 80-20 for T1.
Wow.
It looks pretty damn one-sided, to be honest. They do have some setups here and there, but it doesn't look pretty. Safe and OD, haven't seen that in forever. So we'll have to wait and see what it can do, really. Maybe he'll surprise me, hard carry the crap out of this game. But
while you are sleeping.
He's going right into the Meteor Hammer.
yeah. There's only two builds you can go from safe lanes. Either you go into the Midas to scale, or you go into the Meteor Hammer to scale.
Right. Could you do both?
Nah. Too greedy. Too greedy. But at least they do have the tool of Astral against the Medusa, which reduces her max mana by a good 20%. Is it 20 or more even? 22%. So you get like a couple of Astrals. Oh, the jump's getting a little bit low here. Courtesy to the arrow setup of the Astral. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game, regardless. Like, once this Agon is online, it's going to be...
It's going to be rough.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Stone City.
Zephyr, first skill Nature's Attendance.
Yeah.
That feels rough.
I'm with you. Usually you wanna have the Enchant or Impetus.
Yeah, we see like the 1-2-1, but fourth point is the Nature's Attendance.
Yeah. I'm not sure how TNC keeps ending up with these wonky drafts. Like game 1, they won purely based on outplaying. Game 2, they got punished for their wonky draft. And now game 3, it doesn't look much better, to be honest.
Does it feel like they're trying to do too much?
Potentially, yeah. They're trying to answer things they don't need an answer for, and they're just making things complicated for themselves. We've seen it many times where teams just overcomplicate things instead of going with a simple answer.
Because like, they had the OD.
Yep.
That's fine.
I think just put the OD middle, put the Bloodseeker off lane, and you just pick a decent carry. Like, why is Slark not great this game?
I don't know why.
I feel like Slark answers every problem they have.
It seems like a lot of heroes get overlooked right now.
Yeah, like they're very in like their own zone. This hero is good, had success, so we're gonna stick to this. And sometimes heroes don't get overlooked enough, and they go too far out the box, like the Mirana.
You should have known.
I'm a little surprised because it seems like it's not only TNC that do that, it's a lot of teams are just overlooked.
But mainly in SEA region right now, I think.
Yeah.
Like, they're very volatile in their drafts, for sure. I mean, at least with this style, they have the answer to the Timbersaw in the safe lane with the OD. But is that really a problem? I would argue no. The real problem is the Storm and Deuce of this game.
The Storm,
Prize is mine.
I assume he maybe starts Kaya like we've seen. Could he go Kaya or does he need an early Dominicans even?
I will have to see how confident he feels in this game. Like, all the stuns they have are not instant. So I would like Orchid quite a bit. Maybe even Orchid in the BKB, or Kaya Orchid BKB, or Orchid Kaya BKB, but you definitely want to have Kaya at some point. And Orchid is just a really good game in this game.
Right.
Against OD. Gonna build a late BKB.
22 and 6 already for that Storm.
So the real problem is, once Timber is level like 5, I don't know if OD can actually still outdamage him or not. Asper, arrow follow-up, misses.
And no arrow follow-up, but they are going to have the Meteor Hammer arrow combo eventually.
Yeah, it's still quite a ways away though. Still like about 1,000 gold away.
It's 1,000 gold away, which should put Cuckoo at level 5 at least by the time they get it.
Yeah.
Will it still be enough damage?
With that hammer, it's like 540 magic damage is definitely gonna be enough, I think. Medusa in a little bit of trouble here. Double snake, gets mana back, good stuff. So how does TNC win this game then if they're so outdrafted? They have to put the tempo, the foot on the gas early, up the tempo super fast, and just make sure that Medusa doesn't have enough freedom to farm. So I think if this Medusa gets Saint Joshua, Butterfly, or I mean Saint Joshua, Aghanims, and a Cascadi, the game is pretty much over.
I find it hard, at least conceptually, to figure out how they're going to shut down the Medusa without, you know, shutting down both the Medusa and the Storm. Because I think even if Medusa gets shut down early, I think Storm with an open map and enough to get to like Kaya Orchid can make enough space for Medusa to recover.
Exactly, that's the problem in this game. They have two heroes that they need to keep in check, but you only have a limited amount of resources to do so.
Yeah.
But again, we've seen in the past, TNC is prone to outplaying quite a bit. If they can outplay, we're all good. Arrow.
And arrow lands.
And dead.
Should be dead, but
maybe
gets the Timber Chain, the right clicks. One more.
Nice.
There it is for Gabby. He was really soaking that in.
And now that is Meteor Hammer completed. Next time Timber comes to lane, he's just gonna die. 540 magic damage from the Meteor Hammer, 300 magic damage from the Astral. If there's an arrow on top, you're gone.
Yeah.
Potentially even a hammer. He's very close to reaching level 6.
Radiant's
This is now going to be very tough. Oh, he lost his Meteor Hammer to Creeps! To Creeps!
Cause I am.
That's massive. I think that... I don't want to be too harsh. I think that really shuts down OD's game.
It does. And it also gives Timber a lot more freedom. He should not be able to lane here anymore.
Has been killed.
Now he's quite happy.
Wow.
How long is this dead for? Another minute. It's another big blunder. Just like that Aegis pickup. It doesn't look like much, but it can really...
But it is more than it appears.
Definitely.
Fire Snap Cookie lands.
Dire's
Not
turret
really doing
has
much
been
except
killed.
getting the courier. That's fine.
Double
Radiant's
snake.
top tower is under attack.
Good mana back. Arrow. He got hammer.
Yeah, and the Sanities. That's good. That recovers.
Oh, he still dies, and he gets a chance to put back as well.
Yeah, that's a big recovery. Zephyr gonna die here. 3-0 for TNC early on.
Already have 1k, soon to be 2k.
Yeah, this
Dire's
is
turret has been
a
killed.
Timber that's not really sustaining lane. Not the suckers we played in the last game. He just lost another courier. Carl is going for the Orchid first, so that could be a timing for T1.
I gotta be completely honest with you here. Like, first phasing Timber Saw, when you don't really see anything, is always very risky. Last game they picked it to counter the Bristleback, made a lot of sense. This game, what did they counter? Nothing. They first picked up the Snapfire. That's it.
we've been seeing a lot more Timbersaw than other offlaners. Is there a reason that Mars, a hero that was every series, almost every game last season by both regions of recovery, is now not sought out as much?
So realistically, it's because when I hold that thought, there might be a gang coming in here. Oh, they unsmoked them and they have a ward right there.
Future is grim.
Your future is grim indeed. Meteor Hammer is now flying out again.
T1 again with that. That's so much damage on the
It's half of him. But yeah, why is he not as popular? Because Timbersaw is very prone to winning lanes. Like right now, side lanes are so important because the mid lane will almost always go even. So you want to win your side lane. Timber goes even or wins against a lot of matchups. Whereas Mars, you know, you play against a lifestealer or something, you are in a lot of trouble. Timbersaw doesn't care about that. There's not many carry heroes that really stand toe-to-toe with Timber.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
2K.
Yep. And here's Meteor Hammer available now. One Astral, good. Wow, the range!
A lot of range. Meteor Hammer coming down. Cuckoo on the edge of it, still got caught. Doesn't have the sanity.
That range was way longer than it should be because you caught him like in the middle of the Timber chain. Dota something. Like when Dota takes it from 500 range,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Don't ask questions, you just did.
I didn't ask any questions.
Yeah, I was talking to myself.
So they are starting to farm their way back into it.
Yep. Which are still uncontested.
Yeah, and that's really big here for them. Fire snap, Cookie, arrow, fouled up, and now they'll get the kill onto Zephyr. We're not really seeing the best performance from this Enchantress. Shockwave thrown, they've got the Vortex, Scatter Blast. Carl struggling to get this kill, but finally will finish off Boomy. That's a kill that'll push him closer and closer to the Orchid. Meanwhile, Beastmaster Armel is halfway to this axe.
Yeah. T1 is by no means out of this game at all. Like, the strong heroes, Storm and Medusa, are still pretty much untouched. And the control of their lineup is not the best, as we said before. So once this Orchid comes online, sure, Odie's having a great game right now. But if he jumps with Orchid, you're dead. Odie's itemizing into an Aghanim Scepter. Do I like that? He's doing it to burn the mana of Medusa as well as Storm. So in that regard, I can somehow get behind it, but you're still the carry. It's not your job. Your job is to really kill heroes.
And let's see, Primal Roar used. They got the Blood Ray down, but now the Rupture on the Carl. Ball Lightning trying to catch a Vortex, won't get back.
Yeah, trying to invade the Duta's jungle, but his teammates are very well prepared.
They did get the Marana, though.
They did. That's what I mean, they're very well prepared.
And now Storm sits 800 gold away from getting that Orchid. Which is, I think, a time to move.
What'd I miss?
I think the thing, though, is it's just him right now. He really needs the help of the supports who feel lacking a little bit on T1. I don't know. Enchantress does have the medallion close to the Solar Crest, so that could definitely help out.
The only question mark for me this game, the Timber, so how much of an impact he will have.
Is under attack.
He farmed his way.
Vortex, Healing Shadow, but they have the finger as well as your Spike Sentry down to spot him. Radovich spot before he died. And that's what I was looking for from these supports from T1. The finger burst damage, they get the kill onto the Bloodseeker, and now Carl might happily be into that Orchid. Arrow, Hammer, all connecting, frame perfect.
Meteor Hammer did not connect, actually. A little bit too early.
As foretold.
We'll have to work a little bit on
I thought
that.
it was frame perfect.
Nope.
I got confused with the arrow.
That was just the arrow plus astral damage, which you can see is a ton.
Are fortified.
I'm sad.
It's okay. It happens to everybody. What tower not getting
Your
pressured
eyes
a
are
lot?
better than mine, and I wear glasses.
Superhero though.
That's true.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Timber actually farming his way back to the game quite nicely. Doing a 4K net worth now. What was once a rough lane now turns into a tower kill. And what item is he gonna go for is a big question. Probably Hood into Heaven's Halberd, I'd imagine. Heaven's Halberd wanted to get his counters to OD. Storm, Orchid online, now it's go time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it is ready to go. As Northern Line would say, go mode.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I love this part.
Mixed up two streamers.
Sorry. It's too many nowadays. They're converging onto the mid lane. White one looking to set up potentially.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under
We're
attack.
going for the tier 1 mid.
Radiant's
See if there's
middle
any
tower is
retaliation
under
from TNC.
attack.
They're bringing a lot of heroes over. They've got Primal Roar available to lay down the blood, right? Teams comes in with the Scatter Blast. They'll clean up the creeps.
Yeah, TNC still need 500 gold to finish that axe scepter. That's really the timing they're waiting for. And then Storm has to decide, do I want to shut down the Beast or the OD? You probably need to shut down the OD because otherwise he just saves the Beast, but it's not an easy decision. If you
Dire's
miss
middle
jump
tower
at all,
is under
you get
attack.
silenced or stunned by anything, you will die. He's sitting at 1,100 health, that's nothing.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Zephyr on the run. He'll get out of the hands of Kings and Boom.
Yep. Eng, pretty farmed as well. Solar Crest already completed. Going into the mech next. Just more survivability. And Dusa did go for the additional Dragonlance, so his axe timing will be a little slower. And Orchid has now been revealed.
Yeah, Orchid gets revealed and he really hasn't done anything with it yet. Although I will say the pressure from TNC is really pulled off, and this has allowed Medusa to just about finish this Sanjin Yasha.
Dusa is massive now.
Then
But now it's go time for
Radiant's
TNC.
top tower is under attack.
Axe on the Courier of the Beastmaster. It's not quite there yet, so if they find an engagement now, they won't have it. Maybe a little premature. Dusa being out of the bot lane. Storm is still waiting there though. They could potentially pick him off.
The prize is mine.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, 5 heroes bottom.
Radiant's middle tower is
Oh,
under
Kimber's-
attack.
Courier. Oh boy.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yeah, very dead.
Dire's bottom
What was on
tower
it? The
is
Void
under
Stone.
attack.
2 clarities.
Where's the party? I
Brown
love
needs to be careful about how much he shows himself at the moment.
Radiant's middle tower is under
There's
attack.
also this concept called invisible pressure. Or lion.
Radiant's middle tower
Arrow.
is fallen.
Not gonna land. Rupture used. That's out on the Cuckoo. They've got themselves a Rod of Atos as well as the Blood Right. No arrow to follow it up, but the axes will start to come through. They've got the Astral
Dire's
Imprisonment.
middle tower is under
However,
attack.
Rupture.
Very disorganized. Like if you have an 8, you should definitely wait with the arrow until you 8-house him.
Yeah.
And then
They
it should be a
ruptured
free
him,
kill.
didn't do anything with it. Astral Imprisonment.
Can see a little bit off the game here.
Rod of Atos once again.
On the storm.
Carl.
Wow.
Throws the Orchid over onto the Beastmaster. Wisely so he couldn't get Primal Roared.
There was a big mistiming here by Bok. Should have put a Death Storm right there.
Radiant structures are fortified.
This entire time, 223 is just fine.
Yep, he is enjoying his life. He's now sort of in range to join the defense in case he's needed.
Arrow doesn't hit again.
Yep, so far. Oh, they blocked the Ancients. I liked it a lot. And the Sentry Ward of Dire is just outside of range. That's a rough one.
Invisibility.
So they're blocking that, and they're
Radiant
trying to
are
slow
scanning.
down the farm for 23.
Yeah. Sneaking a Roche is still a very strong possibility here for Radiant.
Only 8 kills, 16 minutes in, so averaging like a half kill.
So the problem is the later this game goes, the more it should go into the favor of T1.
Yeah, you're getting so much farm on the Medusa.
And Storm.
Yeah.
Almost has a Kaya done now.
Yes, Storm isn't exactly snowballing, but TNC aren't pulling away, where it's going to be that big of a difference. Arrow, Ruptured, Blood Right, all through. Meteor Hammer was already used. Got the right clicks coming in, and eventually Cuckoo will run himself out. Up in the Sanities, Zephyr surviving. 23 on the front lines. Now they've got the Primal Roar. This is an interesting spot for 23 to be in, with ball lining from Carl missing. Wondermoose Kisses is out.
What is it? Cookies?
Dire's
Kisses.
middle tower
Kisses,
is under
cookies,
attack.
maybe kisses made with cookies.
What's the difference? No difference.
Exactly.
Dire's middle
They didn't really get a lot out of that. They get a tier 1
And it's a kill.
and a Timber kill, but they
Thanks.
used everything.
Thanks,
They
man.
literally
Bye-bye.
used everything.
You have to be careful on Carl. You got an arrow.
is trying to keep it back. Eats the arrow.
What a brawl.
23 actually playing Save the President.
Yeah.
Even though he is the president in this game for T1.
Not yet. He's vice president right now. He will be taking the position of power in about
Dire
whenever
are
he finishes the
scanning.
Aghanim Scepter. In about 3k gold. I'm so scared of this T1 late game lineup.
For the hunt.
Storm Aghanim, but Medusa Stone Gaze.
How are you supposed to get a Meteor Hammer off? You turn your stone after the axe comes out. Orchid, Chakram, Timber Chain to the kill there for Carl off the
Easy game.
Orchid burn.
Yeah. And TNC look a little, I don't want to say lost, but they're playing at a pace that just suits them, which
Doesn't suit the game.
exactly. Like they're playing like they have the better late game, but they really don't.
Phosphorus Stone.
Like I can't see a world where Medusa late game will lose to an OD.
Especially with the axe. Like, it does so much.
It does. Also cold-blooded. Every time you ask for them, you get a snake in your face.
Rupture again on a Cuckoo.
You have the damage though.
Timber Chain, that might help. Oh, TP's out just in time.
Don't know. Or whatever.
He calculated it.
I thought he was gonna raw him, but he gave him the freedom. He's like, you're good to go, Cuckoo. I don't want to bully you anymore.
So, still a game sitting at even.
Slow game. Very, very slow game. Storm also going for the Sage next.
Shadows.
So they have two heroes with low status resistance. Shadows take us. Ulti popped by the Mirana. They find Zephyr. Or they don't.
It feels like one of those game threes of fear. Both teams kind of a little scared to take engagements that might turn around everything. However, I think that does benefit T1.
A lot.
I know it benefits T1 the most.
For sure. Medusa now level 15. Has
He doesn't have to gold away from the axe.
yeah, Mystic Snake Talon. Every time he's gonna get Astral with that shard, he's gonna go back to full mana instantly.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Which, if you Astral her enough, you know, might not be a whole lot of mana.
They smoked. And Bach, he's nearby the Medusa.
Bach has to be really careful.
Radiant
He's got
are
Rupture.
scanning.
Oh, they missed the arrow on the Roshan. Wow.
They're not even going to catch TNC. Radavetos with the blood right down. Whitemon gets silenced. Axe is thrown over. That hits on a Cuckoo.
Tickles him.
23. Just farming away while all this goes on.
Yep. Odie also has his Aghanim Scepter. We spoke about it briefly earlier. How much of an impact is it really gonna have? Like, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just worried that the damage output won't be enough come mid game, come late game.
Once Ags is picked up, it could be a problem. And they keep trying to find 23, but they're not. And 23 is doing a good job of farming where he feels safe, farming in an area where
Radiant's bottom tower
TNC just
is
aren't
under
catching
attack.
him.
They are reading the map very well right now. They had a lot of problems with that in the first game.
I love this
Ever
part.
since that win, they seem to be on it again. T1 is playing really well in this game 3 here.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
They
attack.
back up to farm some world for the BKB on Gavi.
It was an initial like 3k lead for TNC, and T1 got all that back and more simply by being more efficient around the map. Medusa, after this camp, we should have his scepter, and then we'll just see how strong it really is.
And there it is.
Picks it up now. Going into the shard as well.
So now you've got the Scepter, you've got the Mystic Snake Stone Gaze, going Scotty, Butterfly, Shard, potentially not in that order, of course, as I would almost say there were E2 Roaches.
Butterfly is in the necessity against OD, but OD never
Arrow misses
built.
the Roach again.
That's the second time. Biggest target on the map.
Should be T1 T1 looking to smoke.
They have a ball inside the pit. I mean, it has 22 axe stacks on it, but not fast.
Smoke now from TNC. They're running into a lot. They're running into the hurt. Question is,
2 5-man smokes.
do they find each other?
Tim's is a little far out. Has to be careful that he doesn't get caught out of position here.
Teams don't find each other, but this could mean... Did T1 want to go Roche? I don't know if they go... Oh, ball lightning all the way onto the high ground. Does he? I believe break the smoke on anybody but Boomy. And now they're just in the pit with Cuckoo for now. Standing around nearby, neither team finding each other. They've got the Hawk that's spotting Whitemon.
Yeah, he was under vision for quite a while until he noticed. You know what's this?
And that gives away that they have the ward up on the high ground.
It does. Still waiting on TNC. They're gonna pull the trigger eventually.
Radiant's top
I think
tower
both teams
is
are a
under
little
attack.
scared to pull the trigger.
Yeah, but you're completely fine with that 51.
Yeah.
Sure, you have this aghanims, which means you do want to fight, but that doesn't mean you have to fight. It's just a great tool to do so.
Here I am.
Now they've got the arcane rune in the hand of this storm. Picked up by the Enchantress. I think Zephyr's pretty hard to kill at this point.
What do you think about his Beastmaster? Doesn't feel as strong, right? Like,
I don't think they used it. Again, I think Beastmaster with the change is a little bit more susceptible to losing out on time. And
Stupendous.
I think we're feeling that a little bit more here, right?
there's just going to be so much teamfight chaos coming out of the T1 lineup. Not sure how TNC will deal with it. Medusa's getting bigger, bigger, and bigger.
Eventually, TNC's bubble of thinking we can farm through this is going to pop.
Well,
They picked up Shard.
now
An
straight
easy
up on the
shot.
bottom. Medusa in charge? Makes a lot of sense against OD.
Radiant's bottom
Because
tower
if you go
is under attack.
for the Scepter build on OD against
Dire's
Medusa,
top
you
tower
just
is
want
under
to
attack.
Astral Medusa as much as possible.
KB picked up by the Bloodseeker. Going for the Shadow Blade next. Is that Rod of Atos?
Fun fact, cooldown of Cold-Blooded Snake, or Cold-Blooded, whatever, and Astral recharge time is the same. 12-12.
Vanish.
Do you know what it means, Beaker?
Yes. But for the viewers at home, you should
Radiant's
explain.
top
it.
tower
Oh
is
yeah,
under
it
attack.
throws a snake on him every time he gets Astral.
Who spoiled that
Don't
shot?
get that BKB.
I've been over here now.
Blinding with the Vortex, they finally go after the Bloodseeker. Fire Snap to try and get some distance. They use the dust. They've got the Rupture out of the Cuckoo. Bako gonna maybe chase, throw a Blood right down. That's exactly what he does. 23 steps out of it. Rupture used. BKB down for the Bloodseeker. Nobody's dead.
Potentially, T1 with a chance to get that Roshan. I'm just so surprised that TNC is not pulling any sort of triggers here. They're just waiting and waiting.
Yeah. Going Blink Dagger, Boots of Travel on Armel.
Medusa now has no damage bottle. Like, this next team fight is not gonna go well. They have no way of purging it. No Yules. They do have a Yules actually, around. I lied. Don't hold it against me now.
I won't know. They're gonna try and finally go for Roche.
I mean,
Now that it's found out, they can't.
even this Eng is, you know, approached in unkillable territory again. With that mech, with the pipe, you can just run in, cause all sorts of chaos. Carl now sitting at 1800 health with the Essence Ring, status resistance. The windows are closing, my friend. TNC's curtain will be shut soon.
They'll get the hook off the stage. Or get the Gong. The Gong show was a show in the United States for a long time.
Oh, they'll try to do the You know when the performer jumps into the crowd and wants to do the wave? And that's what they'll do, but they will fall flat.
What other ways are there like that are just metaphors for being ripped off stage? There's the hook. I think there's also the cane, which is the same thing as the hook. The gong, which signals your time is over. I guess the X's.
I wouldn't know. I'm an uneducated Dota player.
The X's in America's Talent, or any, insert country's got talent.
I have
all use
talent.
X's.
Sometimes.
I agree. Here. Psychic headband there for the line.
Are they gonna get the first offensive Astral off since the pickup? Yes!
Got it. We can turn it stone. So again, how are you going to get this Meteor Hammer off with the BKB getting popped on Gabby? They've got the Rupture again on Kuku, which keeps out of the fight, but they have the Electric Vortex. The damage coming in from Zephyr as well as the Stone Gaze. One more shot needed to get the kill there on a Bak, and they'll take out the Bloodseeker. They'll look for more. Kuku no longer ruptured. Primal Roar. The Arrow.
I mean,
Axes. No.
alright, that's it.
You can't even set up the Astral Meteor Hammer anymore. It's just a hard counter.
Nothing you can do. They did that to themselves.
Blink X coming through out onto Gabby. In a lot of trouble. They got the Earth Spike to follow it up. They'll have the finger there. Carl, can he get the control there? The Sanities to take down Whitemon. It's only one hero dead with the Mortimer's Kiss is flying across them, but Gabby's dead. They've got no Bak to the chain over from Kuku, looking after Boomy. The axes fly in. 9 stacks out onto the timber. Our Snap Cookie getting away. Armel on the run. Now it's a 3K lead for T1.
Yeah, and this is the moment of probably realizing, damn, we waited way too long, guys.
Let's watch this replay again.
The hammer hurts a lot, so it almost killed like 3 or 4 heroes.
Yeah, Astral on 2 and then the hammer.
Because he gets like a lot of bonus mana.
Actually almost killed 4 heroes.
Yeah.
Like that, had he had another moment, like maybe a couple more seconds in that fight.
Or you just do it 10 minutes ago and you actually pick up the item.
True.
I really don't know what made TNC think they can just wait this one out. Once this butterfly is completed on Dusa, which is 400 gold away, by the way. How do they kill her? Odie is the only one that can right click her. Over here. She'll have evasion. Odie doesn't have good attack speed. Every miss is gonna hurt so damn much.
$30 minutes into the game, 2K lead, but it feels a lot more like 10.
If not even more. Butterfly, not a DD bottled up. What did you pay? How much did you pay Gaben, sir?
His last battle pass was level 10,000.
Fair.
Dire are scanning.
That's when you get reflected. It's a big problem for the Bloodseeker. Earthspike comes in. They've got the Electric Vortex that goes through onto Gabby. Use the Stone Gaze. They focus their attention on the boot. Mortimer's Kisses don't do enough. Oh, Whitemon just surviving. He may even get hit on the backlines. No, he'll survive. Moonlight Shadow gets committed, and still no casualties. Looking for the Primal Roar, but falling away back in. Armel first pop the BKB. He's looking for a roar, and he can't find a target. He doesn't feel comfortable using it.
Produces wrong mana. One more Astro could to kill her. Hammer upper one.
Done all the way through. Beastmaster. And now they've got the Sanities. Kuku dies. That's only one dead. Can they find anything more? BKB got popped by Gabby. Again, it's just one kill for the Sanities.
Take height.
And 23. Yeah, he's out of mana, but he's surviving it all.
But you're out of spells.
For now.
For now. Right, so how do TNC do this? How about we go to like minute 60? How does it look for them? Not good.
If they get to minute 60,
it doesn't look good.
Chaos can happen.
It can. It's just they don't have heroes to make good use of all the items. Like Beastmaster just doesn't scale into the late game like Storm and Dusa do. Bloodseeker, same thing. I think it's the same story as before. The later the game goes, it's going to be 51.
Storm's working on the
Storm is massive. as well. But when we're talking about real massive, then you're just gonna look at the Dusa.
Yep.
He's obese.
Almost 21k on that note.
Yep. That would almost be 1k GPM if it was 22 minutes. Or 32 minutes or something.
That number is well off.
Yep.
Math, not the strong suit of this panel or these
Radiant's
casters.
bottom tower
Hey,
is under
I did
attack.
say what conditions had to be met at least.
That's not math.
I am the greatest teacher.
For a subject note, it's not math.
The prize is mine.
My teacher who always said, take out your calculators or I'll just let Dominic answer. I was like, okay. And then I get it right every time, of course. I call it a human calculator. Amongst other things.
So Roche is still up. Astro Imprisonment
Radiant's
reflected with the
bottom
Lotus
tower
Orb.
is under attack.
Arrow connects. It's onto the Timber. They've got themselves the Astro Imprisonment once again that turns Gabby to stone.
He just can't play it. Get a Astro by himself and then...
Mortimer's Kisses.
And he saves him with the Astro.
And yes, saves him with the Astro for the Meteor Hammer. Mortimer's Kisses for staff now. Lotus Orb trying to get away. He tries the Timber, but he doesn't survive. White on dead next. T1 kind of missed an opportunity here. Falling all the way through, gets the silence of the Vortex. That's on to Gabby. The Fire Snap Cookie gets some distance, and they've got the Primal Roar that's on for the Medusa, but they're not doing enough damage. They find over the arrow on top of it. And that's to pick up a double damage for Carl. So they might make their way in. And turn to Stone Bach as well as Armel with the Mystic Snake.
Oh, he's sitting at 4k mana.
Gabby? There goes Zephyr. Back into the fight. So it's Medusa and Storm against the world. They'll go after Gabby. They'll look for more. Mystic Snake. Tim's to Stone. BKB forced out. Armel now throwing those axes, trying to get the blood right down on a 23. They got the urn, but can they get the kill on the 23? It's not looking likely. They've got another Mystic Snake. Radamantos, another snake bounces.
Arrow?
And he's just full on mana.
He had 4,000 mana there in Odie, and he barely touched Medusa's health pool at all with that hammer. Sure, the Ench got blown up from full health, but
It's an inch.
who cares? Yeah, exactly. Can see it here again.
No offense, Enchantress.
He accumulated so much mana. I actually thought it was going to be
Massive.
more grand, you know, but it looked very... I mean, just look at this. Half health to Storm.
Radamantos, Fire Staff.
Yeah. And Dusa's still alive with the Stone Gaze. There's no way you can fight into the Stone Gaze. Odie up in 20. They're not Roshan. This is Dusa against Aegis and Skadi, which we'll have after the Roshan. So this game is all but done.
Ball Lightning, looking for the Mirana.
Take us.
Vortex coming through onto Armel. There's the chocolate right on top. They just another vision. Radamantos thrown over onto Carl. He just picked up by 23.
And a Skadi also in 20 gold.
Looking for me?
I wish you well, TNC. You're gonna need it.
They held on. That fight was okay.
But we already said holding on is not gonna win this game. You're gonna break them open.
Break them open.
Yeah.
Stupendous!
This Aghanim's build on Odie is good if you're like an offlaner or something, but as the one position, you're just not dealing right-click damage at all now. Like, he's actually afraid of fighting anyone.
Yeah, they're not committing. They're not looking to fight too heavily.
Like, all he does is Astral, 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 Astral. Sure, it's annoying, but it's just like a mid-sanking, you know? It's annoying, but what does it do?
Haste!
Maybe something down the line. We'll see. Get a ballista.
Medusa gets a ballista too.
Problem.
And we have lots of ballistas.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Two
attack.
bottom. That'll drop.
Wouldn't be
Dire's
surprised if
top
they just
tower
take all
is
the
under attack.
outer towers now, or maybe even go high ground. Like, this Dusa is not afraid of anything right now.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And
Dire's
onto the high
top
ground?
tower
Yeah.
is under attack. Radiant's bottom
They
tower
have the
is under
Ags for the
attack.
Snapfire. Again, focusing on this Snapfire Ags. I just don't...
Haven't seen it for a long time.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's going to be the move.
Yeah, TNC
Radiant's
seems to really
middle tower
favor this
is
Aghanim
under
set on the
attack.
0. Had it in both games. It just does not seem too impactful.
Tier 2 mid goes down. There's still tier 1 top.
Radiant's middle tower
Threw the
has
creep
fallen.
in.
Dire's
At least it
top
denied
tower
the
is under
T1
attack.
side 30 gold.
Yeah. So instead of 6,730 net worth ahead, it's now 7,700.
Yeah.
Timeless Relic coming out for T1,
On the
as well
storm,
as a leveler.
on the Medusa, two perfect items already, pretty much.
Yeah, has a leveler and working with a Titan Silver right now.
He's gonna replace that momentarily.
Radiant's top tower
But yeah,
is under
level up,
attack.
perfect item for Medusa. Timeless Relic, perfect item for both Lion and Storm. If they got a Timeless Relic on top, I mean Spell Prism. Or a Telescope, even better. Flicker is the only meh item.
But even that's good.
Even that's good now, after the change.
Always going random forward.
Yeah.
Yep.
Minotaur Horn.
Out of my way!
And what else? Trickster Cloak, Penta Edge Sword. That is terrible. Penta Edge Sword is unusable almost. Only the Bloodseeker can use it. He's not even right-clicking.
Go for the bottom tier 1
Radiant's
themselves.
middle
So
tower
Walker's
is
going for a
under
Silver
attack.
Edge. Who does he want to
Dire's
break?
bottom tower
Timber?
has fallen.
Timber's not the problem at all.
Radiant's
Medusa
top
almost
tower
level
is
25
under
too.
attack.
Yeah, that means Split Shot Scotty.
Dire's bottom
And
tower
split shot
is under
Satanic.
attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
And Split Shot.
Radiant's top
Unless he
tower
was
is
75
under
intelligent.
attack. Radiant's top tower
Surprises
has
us all.
Do it.
Soul Cast would. A chance. Timeless Relic now for TNC.
That's good for Odie, as well as Kishma.
A lot of Atos. Blood right down. 23. Astro with the Lotus, so Astro's himself one more. Fire Snap Cookie. The lockdown is there, but
As I said, it's annoying.
watching that health, it's not going down.
Radiant's top tower is fallen.
It's annoying. It's
Ball
going.
lightning, vortex through to the chain, and they've got they'll have to finger the Gabby. And now the rupture gets reflected once again. Really hate this Lotus Orb. Bach, BKB popped, running back and back and back into those baits. Can't really move forward in this situation. They take the tier 3, they'll look at the set of racks.
Arrow. Just tickling him though.
And again, I don't see his health going low.
Bunch of mosquitoes, really.
Radiant's
As I
top
keep throwing
tower
these axes and arrows and astros, he's like, what is this stuff gonna off me? Like the sand on the beach? Didn't quite get it.
Radiant's middle tower is
Okay,
under
using that
attack.
flicker.
Flickering. Actually, it's a leveler in the backpack.
Yeah.
Maybe he should let himself get asked by Odie once when he's up so he gets back to full mana. My age expired already. It's been 5 minutes?
Radiant's middle
41 minutes
tower
into the
is
game,
under attack.
go for the tier 3. They'll look for the dive bomb on the Hawk.
Fake. Dome.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under
Tier
attack.
3, they've got the Lincolns on the Storm. Ranavetos. Flicker once again. Arrow missing thanks to the flicker. Axes are stacking, but axes don't feel like they're doing enough.
Yeah, Flicker also takes off all the
Radiant's
X
middle
stacks. So.
has fallen.
X stacks.
X stacks.
X
Are
stacks.
They don't exist.
They don't.
Even when they're maxed.
Haste!
Can chillax. So,
Medusa with about 18k efficient health probably.
Mystic Snake, that won't bat anybody else other than the Mirana.
Allies disappear.
Allies disappear, yeah, probably from this game, that's what he means.
Flicker out of the high ground, Astro Prism doesn't reflect on him, but he still turns the stone, the arrow, and now another Astro. Blood right, time.
And another Flicker.
Alright.
Keep flickering.
I love this part!
Is Flicker
Radiant's
too
top
long,
barracks
too
are
low
under
cooldown?
attack.
4 seconds. I've never really heard anyone say it's broken. It can be, I guess, in the right game.
Not that
Where,
it's broken, but it's still good.
well, it's a tier 4 item, it better be
Radiant's
good.
top barracks
Yeah.
has fallen.
4 seconds.
Gotcha!
What would you want? 5? 6?
I feel like 4 is just
70?
not long.
1 minute to
Ranavetos, that sends a Mystic Snake back.
Yeah. I mean, in this game, it's super good. It spells ATOS, it spells Silence,
My crew. My
it
response.
spells Axe Texas. Why did I keep saying Staxes? Stacks.
Stack, axes.
Illusion?
Well, once again, just standing their ground, looking for the tier 3. Some right clicks out on the box for the second. There goes the final tier 3 that comes up the ball. As well, the Vortex to follow that up with an Earth Spike. The Primal Lord comes out on the white on the good. They kill on the Lion. Don't engage used, right clicks in. OG low, killed off by Cuckoo. Buys back into the game. No triumph on the Mirana out, but he dies to Zephyr. The right click damage from the Impetus. The BKB is not going to do enough here. They got Carl locking down Armel. He's got a buyback. The question is, will he even use it? The answer to that is yes, but they've already lost the Bloodseeker, who doesn't have buyback, so it's a 3v5 situation, and not looking like a good one as they set up here for Megas.
Hit me, please.
Carl asking for the tips. I want to say that originated against Bloom when they were up heavily, and then Carl tipped them, and then they lost.
Why don't TNC tip him?
Because everybody inside the stage is tipping Carl.
The triple snake.
Down, triple snake. Now they've got the primal roar, but it doesn't look like it's going to do anything because the fact that he's just standing his ground, and GG will be called. T1, they take down the top of the table team. That is TNC, and they find some success finally in this second season.
I mean, you would see me a little bit more excited if I didn't see it coming from like minute 15 away.
Yeah.
Like TNC just kind of lost. They didn't try to do anything around the map. And congrats to T1. They finally get it going after game 2. Game 3 looked pretty slick. To be fair, they didn't have to do much.
Yeah.
Because TNC didn't pressure them a whole lot.
Bye.